Oy, 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 oy. Hello, people. Oh, I need to send. Oh, thank you. Oh my god, look how shiny I am. I should put some powder. I can't believe I mean, I don't know if you're still here, but can you believe like we're getting older? And we've known each other for like 20 years? Maybe? More than that? Oh my god. Nobody has to know you're still 21. Yeah, I'm still 21. Still 21, people. Things pale as posy. Is it pale as posy? I'm sorry, I keep messing that up if I do. Landon. Hi. Pale as posy. Okay. Pale as posy. Oh. Let's share the live. Like the live. Thank you, Erickson. See you next time. And send your heart me's, please. We want to reach a lot of people. A lot of people. Rose, can you... Thanks for the likes. Let's see. You guys, I had to take my panic attack medication today.
Could you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna come on camera right now, but I'm just got out of the shower, so.
So yeah, I had to take my panic attack medication today, so I might be a little bit sleepier than normal, unfortunately.
Just don't fall asleep on us.
I know. You know, I fell asleep the other day.
I know. I figured you did.
I was...
No worries though. You weren't on camera, so you were on panel, but the camera was off. So
I don't know what that means. The cloud face? What does that mean, cloud face?
oh, like elevated green leaf.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't partake in that. I tried one time and I thought I was going to die.
It's not for everyone.
So I'm very weak. I'm very, what's it called?
That is okay.
It made me very yes, it made me paranoid. Like I literally was like, I thought I was going to I was like, we have to call the doctor. We have to call the doctor. One time I got so I used to drink a lot when I was younger, and I would get so drunk that I would like literally call the cops.
On yourself?
Not on myself, no, because I was an adult already, but um like I was barely an adult because I started drinking way too early.
Yeah, same.
But I I I even have a picture. My friend was taking a picture and I'm in the background on the phone with the cops. Okay.
I want to see that. You're gonna have to send that to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. When it like actually I'm gonna ask my friend to find it. That way I can show it while we're live. I thought I saw Landon coming in here, but hi, Lena. Do you have? Oh, yes. Please like and send the heart me's. Yes, he was here. I don't know what happened. Do you have a picture of me calling
He's still in here, I think.
in the background? Is he? I requested.
Yeah, let's see.
Hello.
Hi.
Everyone can hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not as techie as Melly on YouTube, by the way, so I don't know how to. Well, you guys could tell me, how do I make this like so it's like even? You know?
Wait, what do you mean even?
Like to make us like a
Oh, like on YouTube or on here? You mean
on
switch the
here.
panel on here?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you,
girl.
so down in your bottom right hand corner, there's like a little circle thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you should be able to click that, and it'll open up a box. And up at the top of the box, you'll see like a little cube, that like three little things across the top on the right hand side, and it's the far right hand one. It should open up like a panel, like to show you how you can like adjust your people on the screen.
I don't have it. I don't have it. I'm on my iPad and it says shop and then there has an arrow and then events. And then the other side it says host, guest, and fun kit. Flip.
I'm not sure. I've never done it on the iPad. I know, like on my iPhone, it has that little circle.
Okay. Well, whenever you're ready, Landon. Well, whenever we get to that, we'll put you on the big screen. Because
Julio.
who did I? No, I did not see Stephanie's video. Did she?
Yeah, it was good. She did a little clip like about the habeas, and she basically says like, I believe that this is worth something. It was good. I just watched it actually.
Let me put it on real quick. Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. Stephanie. I tagged her below. Rose, you're mute. Yeah, she's muted. Tagged her below.
I'm over here talking to myself.
Let's see.
So MACKENZIE SHIRILLA has asked a federal court to throw out her state conviction. Basically, not basically, it is a habeas petition. And I think it has a little bit of weight to it. So let's talk about it.
A little bit.
Discuss what it
A lot,
means
but I'm not an
and whether
attorney.
or not I think it will be granted. So in the petition, she argues that there was insufficient evidence. She acted intentionally or knowingly, a standard required for the juvenile court to transfer the murder and felonious assault charges to adult court, and one she says was also lacking to sustain her conviction. So one of the arguments she's making is that her case should not have been transferred from juvenile court to adult court. The filing also alleges ineffective assistance of counsel, stating her trial attorney failed to introduce several pieces of evidence. It says the defense did not properly investigate how her POTS could have affected her driving and failed to call expert witnesses about the condition, which is a disorder of the autonomic nervous system that can cause fainting. So argument number 2 has to do with IAC, basically saying that they should have brought to the court's attention that she had this medical condition. They should have brought in experts. They should have brought in medical documentation. They also say that they had evidence that there was a reason for her being in that area, and that was that a local grocer had left produce for her for a 24-hour pickup near the crash site. A detail her attorneys say would have explained why she was there. Prosecutors had argued at trial that she had no apparent reason to be there, and that, I think, is something that would have explained, obviously, why she was driving in that area. But I think if she ever gets a retrial, she's going to be doing a jury trial, and I think that would be evidence, obviously, that would be super important to a jury. The filing further claims the defense possessed but failed to introduce evidence that Russo grabbed the steering wheel during a separate altercation 2 weeks before the crash, which prosecutors had cited as an example of SHIRILLA driving erratically and threatening to crash the car. Also super important. So essentially it's a bunch of little things that, while seemingly alone don't really make that much of a difference, collectively could have affected or altered the end game and end it with a series of not guilties. And the argument, obviously, that it shouldn't have been transferred from juvenile court to adult court. Now, as you guys know, I don't believe that murder was the correct charge, and she should have been found not guilty of the murder charges. I don't think that's the right charge in this case based on the intent. And I think she should be found not guilty of those. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think that the habeas petition has any sort of weight. I do. I think that it should be granted. I do think that there is an argument for ineffective assistance of counsel here. I'm not so sure about the transfer of from juvenile to adult court, but I do think an IAC claim holds a little bit of weight. So let me know what you guys think. And yeah, there you go. So Mackenzie SHIRILLA has asked a federal.
That's good.
So people are talking about it.
Yeah. But you notice, like, it's only right now the people who are like pro Kenzie. I'm gonna leave a comment.
Oh yeah, I posted my video and I had so many negative comments online.
Oh my gosh, yes, I have a lot of negative comments, but I just respond to all of them like, okay, you can come and talk on my live tonight. You can come and talk on our live. You can come and talk on our live.
Oh, I got tired. I said, go do your research. I don't have time for this.
I know. And
Go read the court documents.
It's like that's what I want to say. But like at the same time, if we don't talk, like if we don't say it, like they're not gonna. But it doesn't even make it.
Well, some of them are so rude. You know what I mean? If you're genuinely asking me a question or whatever, I'll respond. But if you're like coming at me and you're calling me names and stuff, I'll be like, dude, I don't have time for it. You know what I mean? Or they're also bringing up the stuff from season 1 of Kenzie. You know what I mean? Like they're bringing up stuff about like the dry run and the text messages, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I mean, I can't even explain. I can't go through all this, you know?
I really do hate that. It's really, really frustrating and annoying. I did just tag send a comment on that video, Stephanie's video, to see if she will join us. If anyone wants to try and do that, because we were trying to get her to join, but Landon, he has been on my live before, of course, so he's here again.
Yep. I got some things, I guess, I've been told that may have been miscommunicated, or that some people don't have the full context or the full story, or they want more of a clear picture on some things. So I want to give a clear picture on some topics, I guess.
Yeah. I'm putting you on the big screen, so I don't know if you wanted to
That's fine.
go ahead and start talking.
Yeah, I got stuff. I got the iPad here in front of me. I got some things I'm going to scroll through.
Okay.
With my camera on, and then I'll probably turn my camera off to talk about some things. But all right.
But yeah, and we have, of course, I'm just gonna say everyone on our panel. We have Rose, who she has a lot of information. If you guys are watching from the outside or you're in here and you're like not, can someone please unblock Tamara? If I blocked her, I'm not unblocking her. I don't know who that is. Rose Gold has a lot of information on her page, and she does it in really, really short bits, very readable ways, like very, very simple. So I would definitely follow her. And then
I also have the computer open if we need it.
Okay, good. And then Lena, of course, she covers this case as well. And she actually was kind of like, her and Melly, they both kind of like were on the other side a little bit, or more of like the middle, or not quite sure. And now they think that she needs a new trial too. And And then, of course, Tracy on top. I don't know if we're in order of the way I'm saying it, but Tracy, she does cover a lot of Mackenzie too. So it's really nice, a really nice panel. If you guys ask to come up, I probably won't be putting anyone else up in the panel, unfortunately, because I don't want it to be so like filled. But if if there's something that you want to add, like in the comments, like I will, we can definitely like add it or talk about it. But I think that's pretty much it to like just start. If Landon, if you want to get started.
All right. So, first thing I want to give a clear picture on and explain more of the story of, I guess, because some people want more context, is the stack of cash, right? The stack of cash with the pair of Balenciagas in the picture. All right. So I'm going to give you guys basically the most in-depth walkthrough I can. And if anybody wants to screen record this, whatever they want, so if someone misses this that doesn't have the full story, you can go ahead and send it to them. So here we go. So right here is a text thread from 2018 between me and my boy that I talked about that I met on Xbox like 8-9 years ago. I blew him up on GTA 5 online when he was doing a mission on there, and I blew him up. And for some reason, we clicked ever since, right? This is just another text thread that shows it was all the way up to like 2022. The reason why after 2022 switch was because, number one, I was in college. I wasn't playing video games that much. And then when I did get back from college, that's when I bought my PC that I use here. So that's when I bought that in 2023. But so here is a video of me driving down there on September 10th. I'll pull up the location for it too. But that was down there at the beach. Where is that at? Yeah, it was on the bridge. It was on I think it's the North Folk Bridge, maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but you could tell that's down in wherever the fuck. North Folk, yeah. So there's that video, but that was, I think, on the way back. I think that's actually when I was leaving. That's like when I was on my way back from that trip. But it's a picture of me with his dog, Frenzy. What a lit dog. What a lit dog. That was on September 9th. This is the infamous picture, September 7th, right? So if we go to this location, or I don't actually want to show the exact location of that one, but you can see it at the top. Chesapeake, Indian River, September 7th, 2023. We were all right, so before I get into this, the whole reason why this trip was even a thing was because we were attending a festival called Grey Day, who it's like Suicide Boys is the one that lead it. So it's Suicide Boys, but this year in particular is Ramirez, Suicide Boys, and City Morgue. And then I think like 2 or 3 other artists. But I mean, you can go find the fucking concert date if you want, September 6th, 2023. There's just a couple videos I have taken at the concert. Yeah, let me see if I can get something where it's the Suicide Boys. Yeah, that's Suicide Boys right there. If anyone knows who the Suicide Boys are. More Suicide Boys. So yeah, basically that was the whole reason why I went down there, like in the first place. So I don't know like what else more I can say about the situation, I guess. Is that I just have multiple different pictures of me going down there and like how I know the kid. And he's like completely irrelevant to like anything that has to do with my life here in Strongsville, I would say. I would say right now, that's pretty much all I need to show for that. I mean, that's basically the most in-depth I can go on the situation from what I have in like digital evidence. You know what I mean? And I was going to have my special guest tonight was going to be my friend, but he's very nervous and doesn't really want to partake in any of this because he's, like I said, he's completely irrelevant. I don't know why he would want to be dragged into all of this shit. So another thing I want to go over is some just little questions or things people might want to know more about. So let me see here. How I found out about the crash. I heard that's something that people might not have caught me in a live saying was the morning I found out about the crash. So after we got to my house and we decided Rosie wasn't going to come in because of my mom having COVID. And another thing that has to do with that is the reason, like, I didn't think about my mom having COVID at Kenzie's house. So that's why I didn't think about it when Davion asked to come home with me. You know, the reason why I only remembered it when I was walking up to the door. And that's the only reason why Rose even came to my house. If I remembered at Kenzie's, I would have told her to go home. And she lives like, or not at Kenzie's, at Paul's. If I would have remembered at Paul's that my mom had COVID, I would have just told Rosie to go home, and she lived like 3 minutes down the road at that point instead of having to go all the way across Strongsville. So I didn't remember until I got home. Same thing goes for Davion if he were to come home with me that night. But when it came to that morning, after about six in the mornings when she left, I went straight.
Landon, I'm sorry. If you can just say, so why did you bring up the whole remembering COVID, that your mom had COVID? Like, what has been said that
I would say there's a certain creator that's like trying to make it seem weird that I remembered COVID for Rosie, but not Davion when he asked to come home. Like they're just trying to call me out on inconsistency, and I just kind of want to clear that up if they ever get to see this. That like I just didn't remember my mom had COVID until I got back to the house, and it would have been the same case with Davion. Like if he were to came home with me, I would have remembered. Oh, hey, by the way, dude, my mom has COVID. I don't know if you want to come inside. You know, same thing I said to Rosie, right? So that was a little, I guess. So I felt like I didn't really have to like express that or mention that, but I guess I do. So but back to the morning of the crash. So after Rosie left, I went to bed. My mom actually said she actually texted me a thing that I'll get into. But I was in bed when she came home, and she found out around 12:30, and that's when she came out to the garage. I was working on my truck. I was taping painter's tape on the side of my truck because we were supposed to paint like rust and coat, like cover rust and stuff like that. And so I was working on that, and that's when my mom came out and told me. And I broke down. I ended up grabbing her keys instantly because my truck had tape all over it. I couldn't take my truck. So I ended up grabbing her keys and just speeding right to my buddy EJ's house, where a bunch of us football kids met up and we talked about it, and we were just, trying to grasp the situation. And that's when we got the call from Divine confirming who had passed and who had not. And then after that, I ended up meeting Rosie because on the way to my buddy's house, I ended up calling Rosie like in full blown tears, telling her what happened and that she needs to get up. And she went straight to Paul's. Everyone that was at Paul's basically went back to Paul's, but I went to EJ's first. And I was just sitting there talking to all of them. This was like our whole football like group. Like everyone that was there was part of the football team, our football group and shit. So that's really why I went there first, because all of them went there. And I still got to be there for them too. So I ended up going to back to Paul's after going to EJ's, and that's when we heard a lot of talk that Mackenzie had passed. We had heard a lot of talk on social media that Mackenzie had passed, and the reason why is because there was a younger girl that got into a fatal accident in Strongsville a little bit earlier on in the night that later on passed away in ICU. And I guess that got miscommunicated somewhere online, and they had thought she had passed. So we saw good kind messages about all three of them. We never saw no hateful things. And then we actually ended up reaching out to who we thought would maybe know, because they used to be older friends, like best friends back in the day, but I don't think they really knew because they didn't give us an answer. They said, I don't know. I didn't hear any of that. So that was about it at Paul's. when I was at Paul's, my mom called me. I had to go bring her car back. So I went and brought her car back. And then once I brought her car back, I got my truck, took my truck, and I actually stopped past where they crashed at. Rosie was there with her mom from when I was going home and doing all that. Everyone kind of migrated to where the crash site was. And there was a lot of other people there. The tow truck driver was finishing up when we got there. There was still like debris everywhere when we got there. But the whole car and all the massive debris was gone. So that was basically like that entire morning of all the way up until we made actual contact with the site of where they crashed at. And
so a thing that and I know I've already asked you this, but something that Christine continues to say, because since you mentioned that you guys thought that Mackenzie had passed, she keeps saying that she was told that the Russos were told that that Mackenzie was unconscious. Like, in a coma. Like they were worried that she was even going to wake up or what. Do you know if there was any contact between the Russos and the Shirillas during that time, or like do you remember having um like them mentioning that to you, that is she unconscious or anything like that?
So back to that morning, I guess, when we found when we had thought that she had passed away too. I'd say that lasted for a couple hours. Actually, it lasted a couple hours until at the memorial we got confirmation that she did survive, if I'm not mistaken. It was sometime around there. It was sometime before we like left the memorial and we left dealing with like the crash site and all of that. And but from what I know, I thought Christine had called Natalie. I thought they had talked on the phone. I don't know. From what I remember, I thought they had talked on the phone like around right after the crash, the day following, maybe 2 days following. I don't know what was said. I don't know where. I never heard of her being unconscious for 3 days, or like not. Maybe they just didn't have like let her have her phone for 3 days. I don't know, but and she's just trying to flip it to say she was unconscious, but I never heard that she was unconscious for 3 days.
Okay, so you
I
never.
think there might even be text messages out there that I don't know of that say different. I don't know when she started texting Dom's mom. I don't know any of those details.
Yeah. Okay, but you don't remember being told that she was
No, no, not at all.
okay. Okay, just wondering.
Another
Um,
thing too is like I've heard someone say that kids had continuous contact with them in the car going down the route leading up to the crash, which like doesn't make sense to me either, because in the police report, police say that her phone's last usage was at 12 a.m. or like 12:30 a.m. that night, and her phone wasn't turned on since then. And I know they had Davion's phone, and I think they had both their iClouds, if I'm not mistaken. So even if it wasn't like a laptop or an iPad, that's still connected to your iCloud, so you'd still see that's called. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's no really signifying indication that someone had contact with them. I've already said that the Life 360 was basically Davion's friend group of like Carl Kish, Tyler Proctor, AJ, some girls that they were friends with, like a whole group of people that like we weren't really cool with. We really didn't talk to. It's completely unrelated to me and Rosie, you know? And so, I mean, if we were to use anything, we'd use Find My iPhone. We wouldn't use Life 360. I mean, I have his Find My iPhone on my phone still. It says no location found. But that was so yeah. I mean, I don't understand where that's coming from. I don't understand where the like whole communication thing came from. I think it's coming from this whole entire laptop theory of like being in the window. And I just really feel like that's the light reflection. I mean, if you really look at the light reflection when the car is coming down the road, it looks the exact same, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger because it's getting closer to the camera. So it's like I don't understand that whole theory that ran wild.
yeah. Yeah, I do think it's like a light reflection too. I just don't see someone being awake, like awake being on a computer at 5:30 in the morning. Like and I think you said earlier today, or on Melly's live, that he both Dom and Davion were like kind of like half asleep anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they didn't pull out a fucking laptop or an iPad the whole night. So why would they wait till the 10-minute car ride, the 15-minute car ride they got to take home, you know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. And then another thing too is like some people got confused on like the whole Rotten Mango podcast and how like we did talk to them. We did in fact talk to them. And I don't know if I guess people understood one of the things that we had said. And so what I'd first like to say is like we do believe that those were our best friends at the time. We were a good ass group of people, and like there was no drama, there was no problems. Like everyone just clicked, even though some people had like completely different hobbies, but then they also had some similar hobbies, you know. So but it was just a good click group. Like there was never any drama or problems. You never saw any drama or problems between Kenzie and Rosie. Like it, you know, it just kind of was like perfect in a way. And when we say best friends, people automatically assume, oh, you must have known them for 10, 12 years, 8 years. You must have known their whole life. And I guess that's not necessarily true. I just guess I guess that's where we were trying to come off on the Rotten Mango podcast when we were saying that, like, okay, if you want to consider best friends like someone that you know 10 or 12 years, then we weren't her best friend. But in our eyes and in our own opinion, we feel like we were a really close group and we're all becoming best friends. You know, I mean, me and Davion were already best friends. Me and Rosie are already best friends dating, you know? So it's like that whole half of the group, it was really just Kenzie and Dom that we were getting to know more and more over the time of that whole entire year, you know? And I feel like by the time of the crash, I felt like I was confident enough to say that I could call them our best friends, you know?
Yeah.
With all the times that we've hung out, all the memories we've made, you know?
Yeah, and I think we were still in like kind of COVID restrictions during that time, so I feel like um we were still just spending a lot of time with him instead of like going out and doing a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. Like it was more of like actual spending time. Like time went so slow during COVID time. Like
I mean, we used to always, I mean, for the most part, we would always stay inside at somebody's house. Like, I remember all the time we used to go to Dom's and play. I can't remember the damn game on the PlayStation, but you'd play it on the PlayStation. You'd be like these little blobs. You'd be like these different shapes, and you got to like write a sentence out to a certain theme and something. You have to like guess who wrote what sentence and stuff. We used to go over there and play that all the time. So it's like, I don't know, like we've had good memories with them, you know, and I just hate how people are trying to knock that.
yeah, that's so messed up. Does anyone else have anything to?
Have you been in Kenzie's car? Like, have you seen the inside of Kenzie's car?
Yeah, I've been in there, I would say, damn near about a dozen or more times.
So does she have the like the navigation screen on her
Yeah,
in her
it's like a
car?
big normal. Yeah, it's like a big normal screen. I mean,
Okay,
you
because
look up
that's what I thought it
here.
was.
Yeah,
Like
let me
that
look
could
it
have
up.
been the light as well. Because that
I'll
and
look it up right now.
if it's super bright, like it's gonna be a bright light. Like I have one in my car and it's a bright light, especially if you have navigation or whatever pulled up.
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah, that car does have the big navigation screen in the center console.
Yeah.
There's videos of her in the car too, where she moves and you can see it on her dash. Because that's what I thought it was too, Lena. I thought it was her screen.
Yeah, I just the whole thing of, oh, he's on a laptop or an iPad at five in the morning. I mean, what could you possibly be doing?
Well,
First of
what
all,
do
I
you?
mean,
Yeah, what you don't have Wi-Fi service, so what are you doing on the computer? You're not contacting anybody or anything like that through a laptop or an iPad that doesn't have service. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, not even that though. I mean, it could be the entertainment, or I mean, the center console, the screen. It could be bouncing off the passenger window and then back onto the front window. But I don't even think that. Like, if anybody was holding that bright of a tablet in the car, that bright of a screen, you would like see somebody's face lit up. You'd at least see Dom's face lit up, or you'd at least see a nose. You know, a silhouette of a nose. You'd see the curly hair sticking down something. You'd see some form of feature. That's why I think that it's purely just a reflection because you can't see past it, you know?
That's what my final conclusion was that it's a reflection of one of those big square street lights. Like
Yep.
it looked, you can see it like perfectly on the side of the car. It's a perfect rectangle. So I was like, and my end conclusion was that it was most likely that overhead, the street light.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, there's always the possibility. But in this case, and what I feel like, I just feel like possibility is very slim to damn near none. I just feel like it's none. There's no, like, even in the bag, I got it. When Dom had his bag that night, I didn't see him have to pull out a laptop, have to pull out an iPad or anything just sitting in there. So,
I also
and
have
then
a
like,
question. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and then on top of that, like, if someone went past the accident and stole a laptop, like, I don't want to. Why would they be protecting that? Why would they be protecting that in some form of case if it's not about like I'm sorry to say, but if it's not about the victims that are involved, you know, like why would they be trying to protect the suspect and the suspect's friends or the suspects anyone that the suspect's involved with? I'm confused. And why would like I've seen so many people, Rosie, Bubba, they drove past the accident. Why would we be advocating for a fair trial and want this shit to get wrapped back up into the legal system and reinvestigated it and possibly by a new police department if we are somehow, shape, way, or form criminally involved in this. It just makes no sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it totally does. And that's one thing we don't like to do. Like, we definitely, I mean, I think I can say for everyone on this panel, pretty much, we don't like to give into theories or anything like that. Or we really, because I think someone asked if, like, why do people focus on that whole entire screen thing? It's because people are saying that this is something else, and that was a computer and it was stolen. Like, someone went to the site after the crash and stole it, and like it doesn't make any sense. So
Is
I'm not
what
sure.
I just saw Juvenated Creations comment. Is that true? I never seen
Yeah,
that.
I think it's on one of the reports. I don't know if it's Detective Hazoo, or something else, but they do mention that a light or an item for sure.
Yeah, but I've also been told that they debunked that. Like they debunked it in the case as well in a report.
Mm,
I don't
I
remember
don't.
seeing that. Maybe in the trial, but I don't remember seeing the debunk in any documents.
let me see.
I did have one question. So, Landon,
Oh wait, I'm
you
sorry.
mean to tell me?
Hold on, Tracy, because I don't know if Lisi's still here, but Lisi said she had a question, and I don't know what if she's still there. If you can just say your question. Um, okay, go ahead, Tracy. Sorry.
I was just wondering, so there was a point where Rosie believed that not only was it Dom and Davion that were killed, but she also believed that Kenzie her life was ended also?
Yeah, that was like hours, like when we found it at Paul's house and we all got together at Paul's house. That's when we were going through that.
So not
I mean,
only did she
we were all under that impression until we got confirmed more by other family members and other people involved and who actually had passed away and who was still there. And we'd been confirmed that Kenzie was still alive and that she was in surgery.
Okay.
So I just looked it up and it says that there was actually no laptop found.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I swear to God, it's been debunked somewhere in a report somewhere in the case. But yeah, if someone wants to find that, go ahead.
I also had a question. So what was when was the last time that you and Dom had, like, maybe not like a heart to heart, but like a nice conversation about, your girls, or maybe even potentially him talking about, like, Kenzie, or how much he cared about her,
Yeah.
loved her, the future, anything like that. Like, how long before the crash happened was the last time that you guys had something like that?
The night at the carnival. The
When
night
was
at the
that?
carnival where we had the picture of them in the hammock and we have the picture of us in the globe. I would say it's like what, July 16th, July 17th, July 18th?
Yeah, so
July.
a lot of people are saying, well, like they were trying to break up and blah blah blah. And of course we've seen the text messages, they were dating for 4 years. They broke up almost every single day or whatever it was. You know what I mean? It was just one of those really, toxic relationships. But at the same time, like, if you have a conversation with your friend about the future with your girlfriend, and how much you love her, and you want a future with her and stuff like that, you can even see it in the text messages, how he tells her, like, you know what, like, I know you're mad at me, but I love you. I know
Yeah.
you're mad at me right now, but like, I'll still fight for you. Like, text me when you're not mad, blah 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 blah. And then eventually Kenzie does cool down, and then though they probably have phone call conversations that we've never heard. Like, there's things that we don't know that happens outside of those text messages, or in person, or over the phone. And if that happened on July 16th, that's what, like, 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I think, before the crash. There's no way, like, you won't say that about someone that you don't want to have a
That's
relationship
what I'm
with anymore.
saying. And in that time period, I'd say Dom was very heavy on, like, he came to the conclusion that she was the one, that she was the one that he wanted to be with. Out of all the mistakes that he's made in the past, that she was the one that he wanted to be with, and that was the one that the universe kept putting him with. And, like, I remember when he was in the hammock, he was just, like, talking about them being together and just, like, thinking about their future and stuff like that. So it's, I mean, granted, we were on psychedelics at that point in time, but still, I mean, I feel like that even brings out more in our emotion, especially.
I have to
I
say that's one of my favorite little videos of the two of them is them laying in the hammock and like her giggling and him laughing. Like
Yeah.
it's a very cute little video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like we saw nothing of that sorts, and I feel like, and we saw like, and I'm not only going to say that time because they were on psychedelics. There was another time at Kenzie's grad party where I'm wearing the neon green shirt. That was another time I had a conversation with him, similar conversation, on the back porch with him, and that was the whole night. That was I have pictures with Blair. That was when me and him were wearing the neon green outfit and shit like that. So yeah, I mean that was not any psychedelics. That was completely sober.
Lisi said she had a, I don't know if she's still here, but I was gonna bring her up just to ask that question. Hold on a second. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. My question was, and I can figure this one out on my own, but I'm sure people are going to say something about it. You said that your mom was the one who originally told you about the crash, right?
Yeah, I can give you I have a text from her where she kind of runs it down to me the best
So
she
my
basically
question
can.
is, there's a creator on here that's claiming that the families weren't even notified at the time that you or that Paul says that he found out about it. How would they know about it if the families maybe hadn't have been notified of it yet?
All right, here I actually that's a good question because I have the time frames right here from what she had said.
Oh,
So
great.
we got home July 30th around 9 p.m. Landon had said that he was going to Paul's house to hang out with Rosie and some of their friends. We went to bed. They had to wake my sister up at 5:20 in the morning to take her to the Amtrak because they should have taken the train back to New York. And they got up at 5, raced out the door, got to the train station at 5:35, and thankfully her train was delayed until 5:45. And then they dropped her off. They stopped and got a Dunkin' bagel. Mind you, my mom does have COVID. Like I'm fully aware that my mom does have COVID throughout all of this. And still that sister, my dad didn't end up getting COVID for some reason. So at 6:05 is when they were pulling out of Dunkin', they saw a cop flying down the road towards Progress. They got home 5 minutes later. I was sound asleep in the bed. 10:30 a.m. She was on Facebook and saw that there was an accident, but no names. 12:30ish, my head coach. Now my head coach, I don't know if he has more pull in the families. I don't think he would find out before the families would. But 12:30 is when my head coach, Louis Sereno, called, woke her up asking if like what was being said is true. And because the last thing he had known is that Davion was living with me, and they didn't know if they were contacting my mom or whatever the case is. So that was basically the time frames of that morning is when I found out. It's like around 12:30ish, 12 a.m. or p.m. a.m. in the morning, like in the afternoon, I guess.
PM.
Yes, in the afternoon. Yes.
Okay, because I think it's Paul's interview, and I believe he says 10 a.m. or something.
Yeah, I think he's off by like 2 hours. Like I don't think
Well,
that's
and also my theory kind of is like, well, this is just what I was thinking.
yeah, and
Obviously, people know each other, right? And I'm sure
yeah.
Natalie was wanting to know what happened.
I
I
mean, when
wouldn't be
I
shocked if
told
she
Rosie,
called
so
people's parents.
if I found out about 12:30, I'm the one that called Rosie. Rosie's the one that called Paul. So I mean, it's only off by about 2 hours, so it's not that big of a time difference. But still, I think that he just miscommunicated the time. Maybe I don't think he found out at 10 a.m.
Okay, and then one last thing. Same creator. Her theory is that you guys watched Mackenzie have a medical emergency, that you guys were on call with her at the time.
Yeah.
Any truth to that?
No, so basically, like I said, so I think they had the iCloud warrants for what Mackenzie's phone, and I think Davion's phone, maybe not Davion's phone, I don't know, but I know they had access to the data that was on his phone and like the text messages that were sent out and shit. So Mackenzie's phone was last recorded on at 12:30 a.m. So that was the last time her phone was on. It wasn't on in the car. We didn't have any phone calls. I mean, they had her iCloud. They could have seen if she called him on a laptop, an iPad, a phone, any of that. Same with, I mean, I don't know the same with Dom because I don't know how much they got Dom's phone either. Yeah, and iCloud shows all calls and all texts.
Yes, I wanted everybody to hear that because I thought it was ridiculous. But that's all. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird too. Like, I don't. Anyway, yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't
if I
know.
was on the phone with her and I heard that she had a seizure and then crashed a car, I think I'd go right to the police and tell them, "Hey, my friend just had a seizure while
Mhm.
driving her car, and we need medical assistance to wherever the fuck the phone pinged last. I don't know where they were, like whatever the case would be in that situation. I can't really put myself in that situation, but that's just wild to think that anyone could just sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, no, they were just listening to their friends crash into a wall and they did nothing about it." It's fucking wild.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Um, anyone else had a question on the panel?
No, that was a good. I think we talked about that last night too, so I think it's good to debunk those
Yeah.
rumors.
I mean, like I said, like at least for me and Rosie, and I know even if the two other kids that night had to be put back into it, they'd be perfectly fine. Like put me in the trial, put me under oath, ask me any question you want, take my phone, run the data from that time period. There's nothing that they're gonna find. There's nothing that I'm scared of them finding. So I wouldn't be advocating for this trial if there was something I was scared about.
Or if you were hiding something, like you
Yeah,
said, right?
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. Period. So it's just like I don't understand that logic. I think it's just maybe we're running out of things to talk about. Maybe I don't know, and we're just trying to like come up with other avenues to see what type of talk it will create. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's a like I always like listen to Christine's stuff. She she keeps saying things like, "Oh, that we have so many," or not we, but like the Mackenzie side has so many different scenarios of what could have happened. When you were in like during that time before Kenzie got arrested, were you guys aware that they were? Was there any word like among the friends that they were gonna try to pin this on her, or were you just feeling that that was
Like,
happening?
I guess what friends, like what friend group are you talking, like our friend group from that night, or like just other friend, like people like Houston, people like Tyler Proctor, people like
Yeah, like I guess I don't because I know you said you guys were not like actually close to them, but like were they was there like a word around that they were gonna try to continue blaming Kenzie for this or
I mean, remember them telling in Paul's interview, like, I don't know what 9 days after, 8 days after, 10 days after, 11 days after, something like that. They told Paul that it seems like she doesn't really care, but yet, and when they first recorded her on body cam, they said all she was doing was crying uncontrollably and showed all signs of remorse and grieving and all that. So I don't really know where that flipped that up into Paul's interview. But I mean, we heard that off the bat from Paul is that like they're trying to say that she doesn't care about it, that she was the driver and all this. And when we saw her in the hospital, I mean that spoke differently. We saw her at her worst moments. So I don't really believe that she wasn't showing remorse or guilt. But from what I remember, like there was just like the select few people going around saying like they had to be on drugs, they had to be fighting, they had to be on drugs, they had to be fighting, they had to be on drugs, they had to be fighting. And it was like that's all they were kind of attaching to Dom and Kenzie's image, I would say.
Mhm.
I find it very interesting that Tyler Proctor or Tyler Croy and Housney went in there and stated, we believe they got into a fight and that's what happened. And she got angry and did this on purpose. And that ended up being the narrative that not only the investigators, but the prosecutor ran with was the narrative of these boys they were the first ones to state that story.
Yeah, because they went like what, a day after or 2 days after,
Yeah.
and came
Yep.
up with all these wild ass theories about, oh, they were being held hostage. Like what?
Even the detective said his whole entire interview was just speculation and like opinion and rumor. And then like he ends up being a citizen, an honorable citizen for the trial. I mean, it
Mm.
doesn't make sense.
Are,
Crazy.
do you know if they are like Husni and Tyler are they pretty close to the Russos still?
From what I've heard, like neither of the families talk to Houston anymore because he's like lost his mind with the whole case on like what he thinks happened and shit. I don't know what he thinks happened, but I just know that from the last time, like when I had the phone call with Divine on Snapchat, she said that they don't talk to Houston anymore, that her parents don't talk to him, that she doesn't talk to him, and so that was same thing for the Russos. So I don't think the Russos ever. I think like didn't Christine say something about Houston in one of the reports or something that he was like just talking a bunch of like speculation and rumor or something.
During her
Yeah,
interview.
in her
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, so it's like she, for off the bat, didn't really like the Russos really weren't fucking with him off the bat.
Hmm. I just don't understand why everyone seemed to be like ganging up on Mackenzie. Like everyone just wanted her to
I
be.
honestly, after sitting here for 4 years and thinking about that same question, I feel like my conclusion for it is just like I feel like Davion and Dom were such love people, and I think Kenzie was loved as well. But I think that just the fact that Dave and Dom are gone, they don't really care about anything else. You know, whatever it is to make them feel satisfied in their heart, or makes them feel like they got justice or whatever they want. I don't really know. I don't personally feel that way. You know, but I can't really attest for a lot of others. But I just feel like that's the best way I can make it make sense in my head.
During your interview, did you ever feel like the detectives already had like a certain narrative in their head and they were kind of trying to get something out of you to confirm that narrative? Because I know that's kind of what it seemed like in a lot of the other interviews. Or did it feel like this was like a genuine interview, or were they already under the impression that Mackenzie was going to be charged?
I really think that in the moment, I could tell that they were kind of fishing in a way. Like they were, honestly, like I felt like they asked a lot about like, oh, what's the TikTok safe word for this? Like taking your own life, you know what I mean? Doing something of those sorts. They were asking me like individually if I've ever heard of like Davion being like that and stuff, and they feel like they had a kind of like a decent focus on that throughout my interview. But other than that, it was just like I felt like they kept asking me questions and then asking me like different versions of the questions to see if I'd stumble on myself and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I did kind of feel in a way that they probably had already what they were going with, especially since mine was in October. I felt that, we pushed past all of the bullshit that was in Paul's interview and kind of are moving closer to a legal trial and preparing for that. So let me go in here and talk, And plus, I've heard that there was talks of people saying that they were fighting, that they were doing this, doing that. So I mean, it was just a matter of time before we had to go in there and just be like, no, they weren't fighting,
When did you, I think this is kind of like just answering, like kind of asking the same kind of question, but like, was there any point like that you realized that this was like going haywire, like the entire case, like that?
Sitting in the juvenile court. Like I really didn't know what to expect, like evidence wise, I mean, I didn't really know what to expect in any of that category. I would say the juvenile court is when where everything really went haywire. I like witnessed multiple lies, brought him up to the like lawyer, and he just didn't give a shit. And I'm like, well, what the fuck what are we even doing here then?
So was Mackenzie aware that they were going to try to charge her with something? Like was she
I can't honestly answer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I would have to check up on that and ask. I'm not exactly sure, and I have to get back on to you on that one.
Have you talked to her since well, I know this thing was just filed, but like since any of the filing started, like the reconsideration, then the application to reopen, like do you know like how she's feeling right now?
I don't know how she's feeling about the specific documents. I know I texted her on the day of the accident. I also texted her on her birthday, but I didn't really entail any of the legal documents or anything in those.
Mm, okay. Um, so your friend that was supposed to come here, is that the guy that you were showing us at the beginning as far as like that money?
Yes, yes. That's my buddy Trent. He's
Mm,
basically damn near one of my closest best friends.
hmm. Do you know of any other friends that would want to come on live?
Probably not, just because none of them I mean, a lot of my friends that I have now are just all football friends, that know Davion through football. We played the game with him, and they don't really. I don't know. I don't think they really. None of them really want to be involved publicly. I guess in a way. I guess they just don't want to. Since they're not really involved in the first place, they don't want to make themselves involved. I
Yeah,
feel like
but do they
that's a
have
lot of
opinions
it's a
on
lot
like
of
how this go? Like, do they think that she deserves to be there?
no. They all of my friends are on the same exact page as me. They just like I said, they're not really more of the they're all in college doing their own shit. Like they don't really want to get involved in all this. Especially seeing what happened to me and Rosie on the documentary, they just
Yeah,
that
I was
even
gonna
further
say.
proved the point of okay, yeah, there's no reason. I mean, I know that they stand up for me and stuff in person. Like they've told me multiple times with them at the bar, seeing other Strongsville kids or seeing friends that we know are of certain people, and they'll try to say one thing and they'll just shut that shit down.
Hmm.
Do you think there'll ever be a point where, like, the friends of, like, how we had spoke about one of Dominic's friends, how he feels towards what happened here, you believe that they may feel more that Kenzie's not guilty, but that because of how they want it to go a certain feel, or they want this to be the way it is. They lean that way because that makes them feel good. Do you think that they'll ever come forward and say, we don't agree with this, or we never did agree with this? Do you think there's ever a chance of something like that?
Um, I mean, there's always a chance of something happening. I don't know how big of a chance that is. I feel like even them, they don't even want to get too involved. Like even if you see Blair, he's Dom's best friend, but he doesn't really want to talk about the situation. He's kind of moved on from the situation publicly and all of that. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like that's all those friends are. Is they don't really want to be involved publicly in that and have to talk about it. Which I mean is respectful. If they don't want to, they don't want to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's so confusing that out of all the interviews, well, I haven't heard Rosie's interview because it was over the phone, but your interview, you were very forthcoming, and Blair was Dom's best friend. Blair was not forthcoming at all in his interview. Like I watched it and it was like everything was very vague. Everything was very he didn't want to say certain things and he didn't want to out Dom on certain things or he didn't want to out himself on certain things. And it was not helpful at all. And eventually the detective was like, all right, well, if you think of anything, just let me know. And but I still can't get over the fact that no witnesses are brought to the stand. I mean, I don't remember. We don't know the whole trial. Were there any witnesses that were brought to a stand at all?
For in her defense.
Yeah.
For Kinsey, 3. Do you want to see the witness list?
Just 3? Who were the 3?
I'll pull up the witness list for you.
Wasn't her
Natalie,
mom?
Oh, well,
the
that's
grocery
not.
store lady.
But that's nothing, though. So you're not going to bring up the 2 people that were there. 3 people, actually. You could have brought up Paul. Who else was there?
Yeah,
Paul,
it's Paul,
you,
Natalie, and
Rosie.
Allison who owns the shop. That's the 3
But those were
witnesses.
not witnesses. I mean, I guess the shop lady is a witness of what happened, how they were acting that day.
Well, the shop actually, I think the shop girl was maybe how they were acting that day, but I thought that was because they were supposed to get those potatoes. No, was that not? That
That's
wasn't
also
that, or
so
was
random.
that afterward?
Who
They
brings up
didn't ask.
someone?
They asked about how Mackenzie and Dominic were at when they were in the store the last time that she seen them. That was it.
Oh, the last time, not even that day.
No.
But that literally, oh my
All
gosh.
right,
Is
that makes
this
it okay.
like this? Is this what her lawyer did? Is this what he set up as the witness list?
Yep. These are his. This is Mackenzie's witnesses, and this is the state's witnesses.
That's absolutely insane.
They slaughtered her. They
That's not even fair a little bit.
they
Like,
slaughtered her. Like, and that's why people don't.
and those aren't witnesses. Natalie is her mom. She
They
wasn't
don't
there.
see that. Like, people don't see that. It's crazy.
I'm still amazed. I'm yeah, to this day, I'm still so amazed that they did not bring you up. I mean, even what do you mean that Holly girl even was questioning. She was like, I don't know. You guys didn't get subpoena. You guys blah 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 blah. What? You guys must have not wanted to come up and blah blah. No, dude. Like they genuinely did not bring up the two
Yeah,
people that were there with them.
I heard someone had text me. I didn't hear it. Someone had text me. They're like, I thought because you weren't cooperating, you weren't called in court. I'm like, that's not how that works. I'm like, you can, even if you don't cooperate the whole time, if they subpoena you, if they grand jury subpoena you, they grand jury subpoena you. It's the end of the question. I mean, if they come to your doorstep and hand you that shit to you, that's the end of story.
And so you guys definitely, after you guys figured out like the whole rug interview, like that wasn't the case or was supposedly not the case, you guys did start complying with them or
Yeah.
answering.
Well, I felt like they had moved on from that finally, and since we were approaching more of a longer date and period of time, it's like, okay, like if I've been hearing the rumors on the street of what people are trying to say happened of a fight and all this, so let me go in there and debunk all the bullshit.
When was the first time you went and visited Mackenzie after the crash? Like in jail? I mean, in jail, in the hospital.
I don't want to give an exact date because I don't know off the top of my head, but it was definitely within like what, maybe a week or two after. Is when she was, at least when she was still in the hospital. I mean, I saw her multiple times in the hospital.
Mhm.
I just
Did
don't know how soon after that.
Did she talk to you about what she thinks happened? Did you guys ever have a conversation about it?
She's always told us she can't remember that at one point when after the trial, she had said that she couldn't remember if she was remembering turning down that road or if she was just making herself remember that, if that's truly what she remembered.
Mm,
That's the last thing that I've heard from what she's remembered.
yeah.
But that's even if she did remember that. She doesn't really, she's kind of up in the air about it because I mean, it's like she can't remember what happened, but everyone's trying to tell her what happened, you know?
Yeah. I think it's just so unfair because like it's not out of the realm of possibilities that she can't remember. Like that is so common and I just don't understand why people like they're just using that as an excuse to say, "Oh, she's guilty because she doesn't remember." I don't get that.
I feel like
Yeah.
I would have made up a lie.
Right?
I mean, I feel like at this point you would have, you know?
I'd have come up with the best lie, like chef's kiss of a
And I'm
lie.
not even a liar. Like I'm so set on
And since we're
not
on the
lying,
topic
but
of
shit.
Better
since we're on the
than
topic of lies, like, and that's another thing too that I've said in multiple lives is like I've never caught her in a lie from anything she's ever told us, from what's lined up in text messages. Never caught a lie.
Well, what's crazy is you guys are all getting accused of being liars, and yet there's no proof that you guys are lying.
Yeah.
So what do
And
you think it is? Like why do you think that I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
no, you're fine. I was just like, I just can't believe it. Like,
I
what do you mean they're the liars, you know? Like,
what do you think has helped make people feel like you got like that she is completely guilty and like shows no remorse? Like what do you think? I know the Netflix documentary has helped, but is there anything that you think that has been like pushing this story?
Dom's sister.
Is it mainly her? Do you think it's mainly her?
I would say, I mean, yeah, that's where it picked up the biggest at, I guess. I feel like that's where all the directed hate came from.
Mm-hmm.
And she did another interview today, and she spit out the same bullshit that she spits out every single interview. It's the same story every single time. And then I guess they asked her, like, what was the point in time where you finally realized, like, Kenzie may be the problem? The only story that she has of Kenzie is meeting her, and Kenzie didn't say hi to her. That's the only time, and she uses that every single time she gets asked that kind of question. She did not know Kenzie. She just judged her immediately and then did not know her from then on.
One could say she didn't even really know Dominic anymore.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
How long was that supposed time gap?
I'm honestly, we don't really have a. I don't think they were talking the whole time. Dom did not talk about her at all in the text messages, like at all.
Yeah, I mean, I never heard about it, like I've said. So I don't know if that whole thing happened before Kenzie and Dom started dating, or like right around the time they started talking. Maybe they were in their talking stage when that happened. I'm not exactly sure.
Does Mackenzie ever talk about Dom's sister, or has she talked about her since the crash?
Nope. I mean, from as far as I know, they've met once, and it's that one time that I think Christine's referring to, where she was wearing a tank top and whatever.
And you never met her, right, Landon?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I want to try to get to the bottom of, like, or a lot of the comments that I get on my videos is like, people are just adamant that she's guilty. There's like literally no other option. And I wanted to go over, like, see what like the comments were that I've gotten. Hold on, I'm trying to make this fix it. Okay. But when I look at the comments, so like I'm getting comments like, you have some major issues if you think she's innocent. She deserves life. This is one that said, oh, I don't know if he's in here. I've been watching this case for so long now. I don't know what to make of it, but I do know that she deserves more of a fair trial at least. I never want to see her behind the wheel again, and nothing can ever bring those two boys back. Do you personally think it's disrespectful for us to be having these conversations and saying that Mackenzie needs a free trial or a new trial? Do you think it's disrespectful to do that when Dom and Davian have passed?
Not really. I think it would be more like in a positive light for them, like if it came out that it wasn't this horrendous scenario that they're trying to make it be. I feel like that would shed a lot of light, and it would shed a lot of light on their legacy and what they, like, I guess the whole legal trial that stands within their names are involved, So I don't feel like that in any sort of way, getting her a fair trial to where we're going to debunk all rumors, debunk all alternative theories, all other possible avenues, alleys that weren't done originally. If that's done, I feel like that in their name is the best thing that can be done to come down to the complete bottom of what happened.
Yeah, I do think that. I think that would be the best case scenario, because why would you want your...
I don't think Dom would want his girlfriend of 4 years being like falsely accused of some horrendous like act and some horrendous story that like they can't fucking prove. They can't tell me what they fought about, like I've always said. So it's like I don't think Dom would want that. I don't think Davion would want that, knowing Davion and his personality and how big of a heart he has. Even if it was something medical or, reckless, I feel like they would still forgive her for it. Even if it was something of as reckless nature.
If she does get a new trial or whatever, or let's say she gets either just completely overturned and gets set free, or if she gets another trial and then she becomes not guilty, do you think the Russos will still be upset? Like,
I mean, I would hope not. I would hope that they would be open to new evidence and new things, and not just be, I guess, shallow minded to one thought and one narrative and one story. If there's actual proof and data that can like provide us with real time things, like say her medical data, that's giving us real time data of what's going on inside her body around that time period, versus what, a fight that they can't tell you about.
Yeah, I just
So
don't see that happening. They're so invested in this narrative that they just, I mean, they
I don't
have.
s- I don't know if I mean I could see it, but I couldn't see it. I could see them fighting that narrative to the very last day. But at the same time, I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that might be something that they might just like get over by the time that happens, or something that might just have accepted by the time that happens. I don't know.
I also don't believe Christine when she said in the documentary, in the beginning I was praying for her and I thought she was innocent and all this other stuff. I call bull. I don't think that she said.
The
I
only
think
person
she
that
only
was
said
there
that for
for
the
her,
documentary.
I would say the only real person that was kind of there for her after the crash was Frank. From what I understand, Frank spent a lot of time with her. I mean, there was even a public article back in the day where they were saying that like Father Dominic Russo, Frank Russo, doesn't believe like she did this intentionally and all of that. So,
Mhm.
I mean, he was a big supporter. Then randomly out of nowhere, he just stopped supporting, and I don't know if it's from evidence that they saw, or I mean, I think that's what they've said on their lives, is that it's from the evidence that they saw, but I just don't know what evidence they really saw that could make them change their mind like that.
So, Kalina, you have a commenter in the chat that said, Landon, do you know of their toxic relationship? Have you read the text messages? This is
Yes,
someone that does not believe she's innocent.
I have read their text messages. I feel like it it was a typical high school relationship, but not your most typical high school relationship, because Dom was a little bit older, so I feel like there was a little bit more things at play there. But I don't know. I mean, you could see for the last 4 years they talk about breaking up, breaking up, breaking up. You never see anything physical, and I've never heard of anything physical. I've never heard any of the family members say of anything physical, like hitting or any of that. So I don't think they were as toxic as people are making it seem to be. Maybe they could be hypocrites at time, or maybe they can be petty at time, but that's how them young kids are. That's how us young kids were. So it's like can't really judge them for that. And like I said, like there's no indicators whatsoever that like either of them would want to harm them, like each other in a way. Maybe not themselves, but just each other. I don't feel like I've ever seen a threat where like they were actually going to harm each other. We know about the highway incident, and I guess that I can say is the only one that we do know about that was flipped to make her look bad. So I don't really know what the text messages can like provide you of like, oh yeah, she did that on purpose. There's nothing really in there that tells you that.
Did they
Yeah.
ever, if they ever talked about, or maybe Rosie, does Rosie remember Mackenzie talking about ever like them getting physical and not
The
hitting?
only crazy time Rosie remembers and knows of, and I think is in the text messages, is of the highway incident, because Kenzie reached out to her and texted her, and they hung out later that day and talked about it. So that was like really one of the only like big important fights that Kenzie's really, I guess, brought up to her. I think maybe a few times that she's texted like, oh, Dom doesn't want to do this, or Dom doesn't want to do that, or he's being hard right now, or something. I don't know, like, but nothing really that of sorts of that they were fighting, or what the fight, the nature of the fight, how serious it escalated. That was the only one. Was that July 17th? Was that on July 16th or something?
And did
So,
did Kenzie say basically the same thing that she was telling Dom's mom? Was it the
yep,
same
yep. It's
about
the
what
same thing.
happened?
Same thing in Rosie's text messages
Did
too.
you guys ever talk to Dom about that as well?
Nope, we did not. I don't know. I feel like that wasn't our place.
Yeah, it's their
You know.
relationship. I was just curious.
He said the recording of her outside his house. You didn't read enough of the text. I am of the opinion that the text messages are irrelevant because those two seemed to only fight during text message or through text. Nobody ever seen them fighting in person.
They have a
So
lot of videos of them being, like a normal couple, like not fighting,
yeah,
There's one video. Oh my God, there's one video of a 4-year relationship where Dom locked her out of the house and she got mad. Never threatened to like kill him, never threatened to punch him, threatened to key his car, threatened to break the door. But I mean, her belongings are inside that house. I'm sorry, her belongings, that was basically her house too. She was living there at that point in time too. So you can't tell me that
yeah.
like that's not her house too. They were basically like, even though Dom, I don't even know if Dom was paying the rent. I think his mom was, but still, that like it was. They were under the agreement that basically they were both living there. They both spent the night there. They both wake up there. So they
There's
Also,
both park their
that
something.
cars there.
recording of her outside the house talking or whatever, arguing with Dom, that it's the reason why people are seeing it in this certain way is because of the trial. But do you know how many toxic arguments I have seen that are like 10 times worse than that? That is like a regular, if you're in a long relationship, you're gonna have fights like that. You are. It doesn't
I mean,
matter if you're
I
toxic
have
or
a
in a healthy
video.
relationship.
Rosie took a video on my phone when we were in a fight one time, and I was just in the shower, and she was yelling at me, and I just took the hose to the shower and
Okay,
started
so we're
spraying
gonna
her
go
over
ahead
top of the
and close.
shower. Just started spraying her with water. So I mean, everyone has different context videos in their phone. I don't think it really means that much.
So I don't know if anyone. I know there's quite a few people in here, but if you're like rude in the comments, I'm literally just gonna block you. Like I'm never gonna. I mean, it
Yeah,
depends
I've
what,
been blocking people if they
but
say something disrespectful.
it's gonna be just a complete block. So if you wanna
Do
stay
we have
hang
mods
for,
on here?
I do
Yeah, I'm
have.
doing it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not blocking people for speaking the truth, but if you're rude, you're gonna get blocked. So if you want to listen or if you want to like have a conversation, that's fine. We can talk. That's the whole point of this, but you're not going to be rude to people. You're just not gonna be rude.
And I
And I
don't
Saying
know that I
names or calling people names. Like she was
yeah.
asking questions and we were answering them, but then she decided to get a little disrespectful. So
No,
unfortunately, it's
you know
not.
what I love? You know what I love the most? I love the most when random people that just, they saw me on a Netflix documentary, saw my girlfriend on a Netflix documentary, you know, they just saw documentary about a situation that we're involved in, but then they try to like act like the person that was literally in the fucking documentary doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about or what's going on here. So it's wild to me. Like they even try to come at me like that in any type of way.
Well,
Or
all these people are
they'll
also
believe a
coming from the documentary. They have
That's what I'm saying.
they've done
Like,
nothing else.
like I'm sorry, bitch. You watched me on your TV screen, bitch. That's literally who's talking right now. I'm sorry. So like, can we stop acting like this is some bullshit?
And they came to see you.
Yeah, like I'm
Okay.
confused now. Like I don't understand
what
what
did
the
they
fuck they
lie
want from me.
about? What did they lie about?
What did we lie about? Tell me what I lied about.
I bet you feel so cool.
Who told
I
you
feel
that?
cool.
Be respectful. I'm serious. We will
Okay,
block
no,
you.
I
bye
don't really feel
bye.
that cool. I mean, I get a lot of death threats and stuff. It's not like the coolest thing in the world.
Bye bye.
So if you're not gonna say what the lie is, like don't bother.
There's a reason why some people didn't do it. Well, his Dominic
Yeah,
and
I don't have that
Davion's
same
families did.
reason. I don't have that same reason that they had. I don't give a fuck about their reason why they didn't want to do it, That's really my opinion at the end of the day.
And Landon was there at the end of the day. So it's like, let's, keep it
If I see
social
something
real right
that
now.
doesn't physically match up with what I witnessed and what I know and what I feel in my heart, I'm not just gonna sit there and let it bullshit. I don't care what the fucking context, what the situation is. I'm not just gonna let it go. And especially when it comes to the death of two of my friends.
Someone's asking what important information did they cut from the Netflix documentary?
Pretty
All of
Basically,
it.
every good response, every actual
Everything good about
detailed,
Kenzie and stuff.
every thoughtful response, they just kind of kept in the ends of response, just little stupid quotes, little stupid things, McChicken, this airhead. It's just like an airhead response. I feel like that they kept in there.
by chance the that recording that you can play as far as because one thing that happened in the documentary, just for people to know, everyone remembers that iconic scene that says Oh, you guys spoke with Rosie. She would never speak to us. I'm so excited to hear what she had to say. That's a complete fabrication. That's a complete lie. She did speak
Yeah.
with him, and I don't know, Landon can if he
I
can.
got it. I got the video right here.
He's gonna pull up the video. She did speak with him. So for Netflix to put
I
that
mean,
out,
I had the paper too last night.
yeah,
I can read the paper again right now. I won't show it because it has personal information on there, but I'll read it again.
right. And then and the bad thing about it is Netflix put that out there, and then the Dom's sister, the one who's been talking loudly on social media, she's running with that, and she has that
I mean,
lie.
she's also said that we testified in court. I've also heard that. So
Yeah. She also said that they were in the court, that they were there to testify, but then she said that then he said
Was
that,
she in the court? Because how does she not know that they didn't testify?
I'm telling you,
recall.
Yeah,
I do not
exactly.
believe she was there for the court. Every clip there is from that trial, and I actually contacted every big news station in the area to find out about footage for the trial. And I did not see one of her in that courtroom.
mm-mm. There was like no footage. But yeah, he's gonna play the video here so that way you can hear that yes, she did talk to
Yes, sir. All right, here we go.
With the prosecutor saying that he's like super interested in hearing what I'm saying, did you include that I spoke to him on the phone?
No, we didn't, because that was so much later, wasn't it? That you spoke to him. That was right before the trial.
Well, there really wouldn't have been any other time for me to speak to him because it would have been the detectives instead of him up until the trial where the prosecutor came in. So him saying that he really wanted to talk to me, I did talk to him like
Before the trial. Before the trial.
Yeah.
No, we were. I mean, I guess he's talking from the. It would be the detectives, and he would have wanted to know.
Yeah.
What through them what you were going to say.
Right.
Not people. But actually, I don't think he was making any calls himself.
I think we actually missed your explanation that you provided in that bit, Rosie, actually, because I think that is quite important. You do explain your hesitation speaking to the police at the days, because you kind of, let me just quickly find. The other bit I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
People always say the police will try to say crazy things, especially if you're alone and you're a teenager. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like they're trying to figure out what happened in the accident. It seems like they were trying to track down the next drug dealers, which I think is
also
with that. Also, I do have the T-Mobile summary of from June of 2023, from June 1st to June 30th. And on June 9th, from Tim Troop, the prosecutor, Rosie was on the phone for 30 minutes. And on June 16th, she was on the phone for 53 minutes. So she basically did have a conversation with the prosecutor. If they wanted to correctly do that on the documentary, they should have filmed the detective saying that, not the prosecutor.
correct.
Because the prosecutor did ask her in that, I would say within the 53-minute phone call, which is relatively, I would say, almost about as long as my interview. My interview is about like 55 minutes. So I know they asked her a bunch of detailed questions about the night, about her and Kenzie's friendship, about how she felt. And he actually kept getting mad because she referred it to an accident and he was referring to it as a homicide investigation.
Mm-hmm. But do you see how that's crazy? That was filmed a year after the crash, pretty much. Almost a year or whatever.
I mean, I would say 2024 is when I filmed it. It was just shy of 2 years before it came out.
So that was filmed. Netflix, so that guy, that prosecutor, said that he did not speak to Rosie. That was that part that he literally said out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Was filmed in way after the crash, after the trial, after they spoke to Rosie, after he actually did speak with Rosie, and he still said that in the documentary. How is that even right? Like, what if they did that to you guys? Like, how would you feel?
And not only that though, too, but like even the social media, like if anyone wants to go find the news article from back when Rosie posted on her TikTok the text message thread with us, we even asked them politely to take out her social media, that we didn't want her social media threads to be in there. We felt like that had no context to the reason of that accident. And they agreed. They were like, okay, we can even make a mock-up and send it to you to see if you guys would agree with that. They never sent us that. And they said, if you guys don't agree with it, we can remove it completely. And they never did that either. So like, yeah, the two things that documented that we had a problem with in this documentary is now what we're facing the most backlash for.
Well,
And
wouldn't
we,
that be some sort of breach of contract? If you signed a contract with them, wouldn't that be some sort of breach that you could look into maybe?
yes, I know. From what I've figured out with the prosecutor, I think he has immunity. The prosecutor, I don't know how exactly true that is, but I know. I don't know if it specifically states in the contract that like if we talk about things outside of the contract, because I was just over text. That wasn't really through a signed contract. It wasn't through a signed document. It was just at our request. We thought they told us we could make those type of requests. If there was something that we didn't feel was right, or if we wanted to be in there, we could make those requests. And none of our requests got granted, basically.
And so we're not gonna do that. Um, really the only
got
people
that.
the only people we're gonna talk about is going to be the Russos and the Shirillas, as far as the parenting has to go with, because we don't have to talk about anyone else's parents. I wanted to play this because earlier, I keep saying earlier, but I think it was yesterday that we did Melly's interview, Melly's live. I wanted to play this clip from Christine, the sister, so you guys can hear the things that she's saying in comparison to what Landon is about to say. So I'm going to play it really quickly.
I thought that it was an accident. Didn't see you at the funeral. And Landon, you said that you were Dom's best friend. Didn't see you there. No. Just throwing it out there. Rosie, you didn't see either of you at my one person that we did, right? Didn't see you at the funeral, but
Okay.
What did Becky say in the background?
Becky's always saying some stupid shit, huh?
She's like, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do that, but okay.
I felt like I heard her say like one person said they saw her or something. I feel like I heard something of that sort.
Okay, let's hear her.
Again, Landon, you said that you were Dom's best friend. Didn't see you there. Just throwing it out there. Rosie, you didn't see either of you at my
Pause that. Put that on pause real quick.
Just throwing that out there.
Let me throw something out here, okay?
Yeah, you throw something back, Landon.
So that was at Dom's funeral. Actually, you can see all of the pictures that was taken off of Rosie's phone. Middleburg Heights, August 2nd, 7th. Oh, it's also live too. So yeah, but I don't know. No, that's my tattoo. Yeah. So that like literally is Nina. Or is that you? I don't know if that's Nina or Rosie. I can't tell. I think that's Nina. But that was us at the Dom's funeral. And you
How
can see
long
all
was
the
this
pictures
funeral?
a couple hours maybe. I don't know.
So did
Not
they maybe
exactly
come when you
sure.
guys weren't there?
But yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, oops.
Oh.
But baddie
Go
alert. My
Rosie.
bad. Baddie alert.
Baddie alert. Baddie alert.
She looked
Oh, wait,
good.
here. Hold on, here.
Yeah, she looked good.
These actually were flowers sent from Rosie and her brother and the Graham family.
Wait, you turned off your.
Oh shit! There we go. Boom.
So do you think that maybe you guys were not there while she was there? Like if it was a couple of hours, then maybe you
I'd say
didn't
we
cross
showed up
paths?
for pretty much like probably towards the beginning, maybe middle. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like I don't know. I feel like you'd be there the whole time if you're family. I don't really know how different people do funerals. I can only attest to like funerals I've attended like family wise. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't know how long she would have been there if we missed each other. I'm not
Is
exactly
So
sure.
she was probably not there for a long time,
That,
or
yeah,
might have
or
came
she
late.
could have been off talking to somebody, and just missed when we walked past the family and went up to the casket.
Yeah, I just feel like making that assumption without actually knowing who was at the funeral. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh, I didn't
Well,
see. There
I
was
don't think
obviously a
it
lot of
was.
people there.
I don't think it was an assumption because there's friends of Dom that I've seen in her comments. So they obviously have to have some form of communication. And I sat out front with those same exact friends and smoked the blunt in Dom's name, and one of them Wu-Tanged it. So yeah, I feel like there's no way. Like if she at least asked any of them, unless they just lied to her, that could also be a scenario.
Is Faith in
Oh.
here still? Do we know? Because I wanted to play the other clip also of she calls her cousin, and they go through this whole entire conversation of, oh, everyone knew that Kenzie was not to be involved. And I know that Faith said that she did ask if she could FaceTime Mackenzie, and she got the okay from Angelo.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Mhm.
didn't know the full story to that, but that was confirmed on the live last night.
I don't think she's here. I
Yeah,
would love.
because Christine does say that right? That Mackenzie wasn't allowed.
Yeah, she wasn't allowed. I
Yeah.
think she does say that. I don't know.
She
I think
does.
she's done so many interviews. But also, yeah, Faith also said that Mackenzie was hysterical over the phone. She was crying so hard and so loud that they had to turn down the volume.
Yeah. And that's exactly what they were explaining in here. They were like saying, the cousin was saying that there was like a loud noise, like it was just so loud, and they couldn't, they didn't want to know what was that sound, and it turns out that it was Mackenzie on FaceTime with someone, and they did not. Apparently, she like disappeared into the night. After
She went to McDonald's.
Yeah, she went to McDonald's. She disappeared into the night, and like they couldn't find her, because if they did find her, apparently like they were gonna throw some bows or something. But I mean, I don't see how people trust the word of someone who believes, like, who lies about these little things.
I just called him out for a lie. I mean, what else more can we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Faith asked the family directly. You know what I mean?
she asked
Christine,
Angela.
you're not
Yeah.
technically part of the family, okay? Like you're a cousin. You're over there somewhere. She asked the family directly, "Hey, is it okay?" She also said that if they would have said no, she wouldn't have FaceTime Kenzie.
She's not. She's technically she's a sister. She's not a cousin. But
Oh, sorry.
I mean, that's how irrelevant she is, because we feel like she's a cousin because he never talked about her. So I mean, sorry, Christine, you're pretty irrelevant, unfortunately.
I've seen
I think that's why she has such an hatred towards me, because when she first started her podcast, one of her first videos were about us people in the documentary, which I didn't think we were supposed to talk about at that point in time. And she was calling us fatties and ugly people and saying ugly things. And I'm just like, I ain't going for that shit. So I called her out on her bullshit. I was like, well, you know what I've heard about you that I know is factual? And I called her out for them not knowing each other. And I don't think that sit right with her. So yeah, and I think that also showed that I do know a lot more than what they thought I knew, And I feel like that's why they're never, I don't feel like they're going to ever respond to Melly's video and shit like that. I mean, I wish they would. I wish they would sit down and fucking react to it.
I think, in all honesty, she feels intimidated, or there's another word I'm trying to think, by you guys, because you were much closer to them than she was, and that you did have that relationship with them at the end of their lives that she just wishes that she had at any point in the past 4 years prior.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think they went in not knowing us. I mean, they don't know us personally at all. They saw us on the documentary they were also on. It's about all they have seen of us, I would say. So I know they know almost jack shit about us unless if people have told things about them. What those things are and how true they are, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, so I know she just doesn't know us for a fact. So
Lulu's asking why wasn't Mackenzie allowed at the funeral? She didn't actually say why.
no, there was no like person. There was no singular person permitting her from going to the hospital. It was literally medically she couldn't. Like medically she could not, like physically, like I don't even think she could be capable of being in a weird wheelchair at that point in time. Like that we're talking like the week after the accident when Dom's funeral was. So it's like out of multiple surgeries, or what was it? Lacerated kidney, lacerated liver, like whole right side of her body shattered, the vertebrae in her neck broken. It's like, I mean, it's crazy. There's that you're not able to walk, let alone even be able to move that much that fucking first week of recovery. So that's basically why she couldn't go.
Yeah,
Like,
and it is crazy, Jessica, that at the time of the funeral, supposedly they believed it was an accident. But I will say, the investigator, Detective Hazu, his phone call to get the blood work was 8 days later after the crash, and he was already upset that the blood work had been thrown out because he was already expressing how they wanted to pin that on her. That's number one. Number two, if they thought it was an accident, which this is another thing that I don't understand with Christine, which I could play that little clip, but if you really truly thought it was an accident, which I feel like 8 days in or 10 days in after the crash, why would they think anything else except an accident? But if they believe it was an accident, why was she not allowed at the funeral? Unless you're making it up to make a story that why was she
I
not
know from what I can remember being at that funeral, because I remember Faith being on FaceTime and her mom being there and then being on FaceTime with Kenzie. I never once like witnessed anyone like create a problem, create a fuss right then and there. I don't even think I remember anyone batting an eye. Like I'm pretty sure like I said, like Faith has said, they got confirmation from the family directly.
Mhm.
So
And I just looked it up as well, and it's literally known, like it's public knowledge that um she couldn't go to the funeral because the hospital would not allow her to leave. Like she needed to heal. And she that day actually it was a whole thing with the hospital, and her dad wouldn't let her leave and the hospital wouldn't let her leave. It says on here it was a combative fight to get her to stay in her bed because she wanted to go to this funeral so bad.
that's when we got called back down, and Steve was like, "Please help me," and that's when everyone took it all out of context and thought some crazy shit. And it was just like, dude, like if she moved the wrong way, she could have died, like with the injury she had, and that's what we were been told by the doctors. And so it's like that's what he was referring to when he said that. So like at all costs, we had to keep her laying down in the bed. We couldn't let her get up. We couldn't let her stand up. Couldn't let her do none of that. So that's kind of why we got back there. And it was all my fucking fault for even mentioning the damn funeral. I shouldn't have even mentioned it. It just slipped out on accident.
It's wild
And
that they had it so soon, like so soon. I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's
I could see. I would say that's not an unnormal thing. What I would say is not normal is not coming home from a vacation 8 days after.
yeah.
That's not normal to me. I don't know.
Before we get into the Flanagans, if anyone who's listening on here, like took a moment to like think, I understand a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are silent because they're not saying anything in the chat because they don't want to get blocked. But if you are just like a person that has been in a relationship or is in a relationship or whatever, imagine getting into an accident, losing that person that you have been in a relationship in for years, and then not being able to go to their funeral, and then never being able to set foot in the home that you shared together, never going back to getting your stuff, being rejected by their family, and like having to heal from not only your own injuries of the crash and also your emotional turmoil of like losing that relationship and not even being able to have any kind of closure yourself. Like imagine if that would I keep putting myself in that position. Like I would like I don't know. That would drive me insane. All she wanted, if anyone goes and reads the post text messages between her and Mama Russo, which she called Miss Russo up until when she was in jail, respectfully calling her Mrs. Russo up until the
Yep.
phone call. All she wanted was to go into that room and smell Dom's clothes. She wanted to go in there. She didn't want anyone to touch anything and make it different because she wanted to see that for herself. Like, you know that feeling. Like, if you have someone close to you that has passed away, you know that feeling. And like, I cannot imagine being, having that on me. I don't know. That's
I
just
felt
me.
like they re-traumatized her by rejecting her, playing with her really, because it's one thing to say, like, hey, we're struggling with the idea that you're behind the wheel and we need distance from you. But
Yeah.
they didn't do that. Christine fucking played games with her, and that's irritating.
I think it's an assumption that she was in a good state of mind, but it's like you said, place yourself in that position, like in the hospital, let alone, she wasn't okay mentally
She wasn't
with
okay.
everything that was happening and her being her and people turning on her and, like you said, wanting to go in the house, wanting to go to the funeral.
And by the looks of it, the rumor started quick. Like
Yes.
they started up hours later, it seemed like.
It was something I've never ever understood, was this theory of that she was so desperate because he was going to break up with her that she felt the need to end his life. Because if you think about that, she can't live without him, so she's going to end his life where she will then never see him again. He's forever gone. Everything that ever had to do with him is now completely gone. There's no chance of him coming back to her. There's no more dates, no more birthdays, no more nothing with him. So that just never made logical sense to me. Oh, well, he's going to break up with me, so I'm going to run us into the wall and end his life so he'll never be with me again. Never made sense to me.
And if people think that she's as selfish as they believe that she is, and that she's as evil as they believe that she is, why didn't she wait until after her birthday, which they had birthday plans and he had birthday gifts for her? Why not wait until after the birthday so she can get all that and then go through with what she was going to go through?
Well, how about this? Have you ever heard of like the narrative of like, oh, if nobody can have you, if I can have you, nobody can?
Yes.
Okay, if that's the narrative
I
we're
was literally going to bring
choosing,
that up.
okay, if that's the narrative we're choosing though, from what I know correctly, Dom's cheated on kids about 2 or 3 different times.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in those 2 or 3 different times, somebody else was having him, and she didn't like threaten his life. She didn't do anything to like
Yep.
She didn't try to crash no cars. She didn't try to do nothing. So it's like I'm confused on nothing of those sorts happened this time around. Of like July 31st, there's no recording of that on any phones. There's nothing that they can provide of what they fought about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing. They're saying that it was heat of the moment, in the passion, and like she was just so enraged for there was nothing leading up to that would have caused.
She left with a
There's nothing
smile on her
indicating that.
face. She left with a smile on her face. Told me to tell Rosie to say bye. That's the last time I kind of really paid attention to her. And then Rosie come walking around the corner out the bathroom, gave her a hug. They're like, "Girly, bye." Did the little girly shit. Said bye to each other. We all had expressed plans the next day. So it's like it was like the most perfect normal leaving of friends that it could be. There was no frowny faces. There was no mad faces. There was no people seeming off to me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, just like we heard earlier, they love to call her a sociopath, a narcissist, a psychopath. But what is one of the main traits of a narcissist and a sociopath is self-preservation. Like they're not going to take a risk of potentially like permanently deforming themselves because they're very self-indulgent, like they think that highly of themselves. They're not going to physically deform themselves
Yeah.
possibly or end their own life.
That kind of relates in a way too of like what Chris Como says, and I completely agree with it. It's like you can't tell me that like she wouldn't be suicidal. Like you have to be suicidal to do that. Like
Right.
you have to like be under the intentions that you were going to be dead to. So it's like wild that they like say, "Oh no, she's not like that. She's just a narcissist. She's just a sociopath." That blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it in the light of her being a murderer. The things that what they're doing is taking literal normal things and twisting it like psychotic. You know, like, oh my gosh, how in the world she killed 2 people? How in the world is she talking about Kim Kardashian being her lawyer? Like, do you I can guarantee you that she is not the only prisoner wanting Kim Kardashian as her lawyer. Okay?
Okay, number one, she's a 17-year-old girl. Kardashians are like what, some of the most popular people in the world when you're that age and like like come on now. And then on top of that, if you know anything about Kim K, she does help wrongfully convicted people.
Yeah.
I really don't. I feel like it's shit. It's exactly shit like that this narrative and this whole story that they've created is making people like just nitpick and look so deep into. And it's just like, put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in a daughter and a mother and a father's shoes where you just sat through court, saw a bunch of bullshit, saw a whole situation. Kenzie saw a whole situation that she knew she didn't do be flipped on her in court and used it on her on court to make her look in this crazy painted fucking way. Like, just put yourself in those shoes and then go listen to those jail phone calls and see, and then you'll realize, okay, it kind of sounds like a mother and daughter who's just trying to get through this shit and figure it out and fucking comfort her the best she can. Like, I'm confused on why we just nitpick so much of that shit. It's wild. It's so wild.
They're doing it because they have nothing. Like,
Yeah.
they have to do it. They have to do that because they have nothing. They can't talk about anything else. Like the other day, Annalise made a video on, oh, we translated every single Carney call from the jail phone calls, like dun dun dun, like it was like, and it was just, she was just talking like junk. Like it wasn't nothing about the case. Like it was just normal conversation.
Nah,
Like,
man, that Carney talk shit, that's wild, bro. Natalie went on the JFK podcast and like said what seizure would sound like said all that. I think I know from what I've heard in the near future. I won't say what's in the near future, actually. How about that? I'll leave it a surprise. Fuck that.
but yeah, and something that, oh, and just to yeah, we know Kim K is not a lawyer. It's just like people say it because they know that she gets people out. So it's like part of a joke, which is, if you listen to their conversation, it's actually a joke the way she's saying it.
Yeah.
I want Kim K to be my attorney. Like she's not being serious. But everyone hopes that, like, hello, if she is getting this much limelight thanks to Sister Christine Russo, I would say the same. And I have said it to my nephew. I've said, I'm trying to reach out to Kim Kardashian and see if he can help you, because or she can help to see if she can help you. But what I was gonna say is that a comment that Becky had made about the Carney talk, she literally said, that is just so weird. Like, who teaches their daughter a secret language? Like, who does that just so you guys can talk? So if you're like, what? Like, if you're Spanish and you teach your daughter Spanish, like, is that weird?
Even in the JFK interview, she talks about how that's like a generational thing. Like all of her family knows how to speak it. You know, it's like, I don't know. It takes time. Some people it comes to naturally. Some people it just takes time to understand it. I mean, I'm one of those people that takes time. I still don't understand it. So it's like,
It's more common than we think, because I've seen
I
people
get
in
the
my
understanding
chats.
of it. I get the understanding of it and like kind of like the basics of it. But the way that how fast it is, and I can, my brain can't work that fast. You know what I mean?
Kenzie's especially good at it.
very good
Yeah.
at it.
Who
And
is?
for
Yeah.
Oh, Kenzie.
Yeah, but they turn that around too. Like, oh my God, because she's so good at it. Like, they turn it around like it's some crazy conspiracy. It's like, what? She's just good.
I know her mom even says what she says in like
Hmm.
in the police thing in the interview. She says what was actually said, and I can vouch and attest to that because they've spoke it to me and broke it down for me in real time. And like I've said, they've never caught any of them in a lie, and like it all makes sense because they all like even when before this accident when Kenzie would speak it, and like we've tried to understand it and tried to have them explain it. It's been the same explanation, even 2 years afterwards. You know. So the explanation of that language has never changed from even before the accident to this very day.
And I would like to say that even if she did say, can we say I had a seizure, like that's okay too, because she gets seizures and maybe that's what she felt. She probably was like, I think I had a seizure because I don't remember nothing.
Yes.
So like there's nothing wrong with that either.
That's the prosecution trying to knock the defense, one of the defense's strongest answers to what happened that night. It's exactly what that is. And like what they go from not having anyone translating it to magically finding someone to translate it.
I know, after trial.
Yeah, how long did it take you guys? Like what, you've been looking for 4 fucking years and magically out of nowhere some shit happened? Come on.
Well, I even came across the file the other day, with her emailing the whoever it was, I think Kazu, and she's like, "Yeah, I can't really interpret this."
Yeah, it was like a doctor, she's like a doctorate of something or other.
Yeah,
was
she
like
said she didn't feel comfortable like officially interpreting it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's a professional.
Who came up with that? Can I tell who said that?
Prosecutor. No?
Yeah.
Maybe?
No,
I
I know
believe
he
it was
said,
the
but who told him? Like he said, he got it. I mean, he
Fucking,
must.
I think he said they found someone. Someone reached out to him online. I don't think they ever provided proof for it. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
I'm pretty sure I heard the same thing, that it was somebody that specifically reached out to them and provided them with the breakdown of what it was that was
And you
said.
believe him because he's a prosecutor.
Yeah, I believe that it was community service, or even if she said, like you said, even if she said seizure, I don't see why that would be a problem. Like she's confused. First of all, she's all doped up on the meds, but her saying,
They had her on
"Can we tell
fentanyl when she was
them?"
in there. They had her on fentanyl when she was in there.
Yeah. Like, I just don't see that
Crazy.
as an issue being like, well, can we tell them that it was a seizure? Like, that's what we think it is? Like, that's how I took it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my breakdown service on there.
My sister
Sees-
was passed out behind the wheel in her car. Yeah. And for people who are saying like, oh, there's no way if she would have passed out, she would have went limp, and that is not a guarantee. Anything can happen, whether it's passing out, getting a seizure, sneezing uncontrollably. I don't know. Anything can happen where you actually I know this lady, my aunt's husband's sister. She gets like really bad hiccups, like unstoppable hiccups. It's very disturbing actually. Like, it's very long and I think that it could kill her one day, but she like it's really, really bad. Well, she gets these attacks and then she just can't stop hiccuping. And it's like like it's really bad. But anyways, so she's imagine her driving and then she gets that attack. Like things could happen.
I've definitely sneezed where it like took me, like where I've been driving and sneezed so hard that it like threw me off. Like, I'm surprised I didn't wreck how hard I've sneezed.
Yeah. I mean, things can happen, and it just I put this in a video too. There was, I forgot the percentages, but basically there's a lot of medical episode accidents that happen.
Go find videos of them. I mean, the videos are wild, and like some of the videos, it's eerie to how similar they look to Kenzie's case. It's eerie.
Yeah, it was one the other day that Heather had posted. I don't know if she's here, but it's a lady who had a seizure. She hasn't had seizures in a very long time. She she hasn't had one in a very, very long time. I think years possibly. And she had a seizure, put pedal to the metal on her car, went straight through a Taco Bell. Thankfully, no one died. They did have to go to the hospital. No one died, but she had a seizure. She didn't remember anything. Did not remember not one thing. Oh, Heather, right here. Heather Leah, she has it pinned on her channel, on her TikTok, whatever. And same thing. Same situation as Kenzie, except thankfully no one died, but had a seizure, went straight into the building, literally all the way in the building, and didn't remember not one thing.
I have one that I'm editing right now that'll be up like later or tomorrow. It is a girl like talking about her fiance he was at work. He was doing a job, got in his truck. He remembers getting into his truck, started driving, and he remembers that. Then suddenly everything went black and he did 70 mile an hour head first into a tree where it hit the passenger side, crushed it in, and he remembers nothing. And doctors still to this day, and it's been years, and the doctors could not figure out what it was that did it to him. And he has that just very short little speck of time where he doesn't remember. It reminds me so much of hers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just make it seem like it's unnatural, that it's not something that's very common or something that happens in Kenzie's case.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, remember, guys, we still don't know what they fought about.
Yeah.
No, we really don't. We don't. There's just no way to tell. And the issue is we don't know what happened, but in order for them to put her behind bars, they were supposed to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she was guilty, and they didn't do that. They did not do that. People want to know, Landon, what you think happened.
I'd say going based off of data and just facts, like not just my pure assumption, I would say a seizure. That would be mine just because of the medical data that I have seen that was in the appeal that got denied. Because I think for the timely, was that one for the timely? I think it went for the timely. But yeah, I just truly believe that just needs to be investigated further. That needs to be debated on amongst medical experts, not have someone testify that just did I like just basically talked to them and looked at them, which said that they're coherent, said that they're fine about like what 2.5 hours after the accident. So, or after the initial crash impact. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like when they went and did the test and they looked at her O2 levels, her lactate levels, and I think there's like one or two other levels, but they're all found in the target range, especially the lactate, which is like a given a teller, you know? So it's just that needs to be investigated further before I can like confidently cross that off the list, you know?
Yes, I agree.
And also, I mean, I don't want to bring like rugs into it, but Landon and Rosie have been consistent about this the whole entire time, like that they didn't do anything else except I think you said weed.
Weed, yeah, we hit the bong, and I know Dave and Dom had their own like personal little like pens, you know, like disposable THC pens. You actually see one of it's crazy. It's actually one of like I think it was in the documentary. It was like a stick one. It looked like I think it was green or blue or something like that. Davion had I think two of them. It was like a blue and a green one, and he left one behind, and that's the one that I had, and then I threw it away like I would say a couple of years after maybe. But it was just sitting in my jewelry box forever.
Landon, didn't you say that there was a search on Davion's phone for how long does it take for acid, I believe it was, to kick in or wear off?
Yeah, that was in the report. It was like, I think it was recorded at 12 a.m.
And something
that
interesting
night.
about that is
Midnight.
if they had done that earlier that day, Tyler Proctor in his interview with police states that Dominic was always very worried about her doing psychedelics because it could potentially cause her to have a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, when it comes to the LSD specifically, I feel like that's such a strong one. I feel like there's no way they can just go by sneakily like taking that. I feel like that's a very
I agree.
powerful, hard one.
Mhm.
Shrooms, maybe not as much. Those are a little bit, I guess, less subtle. And I mean, I've done those before, so I know personally off of experience it can be like subtle, although I've never done acid, so I can't tell you really how powerful that is. I just know from stories. So, but I don't know. But it also is weird too because you got other people like Husni, like all these other people that are just randomly going in there talking all these talks about LSD.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what made me wonder is that if he was searching it earlier that day while they were at the zoo or before that you guys all met up, could it have been that they did it and she just didn't have a negative
But
effect until it wore
I want
off?
to correct. I want to correct my mistake. 12 p.m., not a.m. It was in the morning when he looked that up, not when he was with us at
Like during the
Paul's.
zoo trip?
Yes, like during the morning then, and then also I think remember in Kelly Raha she like mentioned LSD or something
Mm-hmm.
in her interview.
So it says it takes 8 to 12 hours, depending on how much you take, to wear off. The effects can last between 8 to 12 hours. So if they took it earlier in the day, and if Tyler Proctor was correct when he said, which I don't know if anyone has heard it yet, and it is on my channel, Tyler literally says, word for word, Dom does not like Mackenzie tripping because she gets seizures. So my thought is that LSD or acid, whatever you want to call it, it cannot be detected in a regular blood test, typically. Even in a typical drug screening, it cannot be tested. Like, because you use so little amount, so it cannot be detected. However, it may still be detected. And this is my research. So go do your own research, but it may still be detected. However, in this case, she did take blood. They took blood in the life flight. They preserved that blood in a pink top tube, which does not have any preservatives at all, which when you're storing blood for future use, and if there's any phlebotomists in the chat or anyone who knows about testing, please, you can chime in. In order to get an accurate reading, you need to preserve it correctly, which to me makes complete sense. And they never tested it that day. They took her blood that morning, which was already 2 hours after. So mind you, that can degrade. Anything that's drug related can degrade in the blood. They took it 2 hours after the crash. They never tested that tube of blood. And then they set it to throw it away the next day. Because they canceled the blood work, they were just going to throw it away. They sent it to the blood bank a few days later to get incinerated because that's how they get rid of the blood. And then they miraculously found two tubes, tested it 19 days later, and it had never been stored correctly, in my opinion, because we don't know that. Unless they have the chain of custody to show how it was stored, there's no way to find that out. And so for testing blood that has not been stored correctly 19 days later, there's no way that could be accurate. And if there was any LSD or acid in the blood, you would not be able to see it, especially at that point. So that's why I was always also wondering, I sent a message to like the SHIRILLA representative if they tested the boy's blood and got results that
You
day.
wanna know a fun fact? And I don't know if this applies for all blood tests. It might apply for all three blood tests if they did take blood tests on all three of them. But I know for Kenzie's, the picture of the box he took of the blood test was multiple years expired. I don't really know if that means anything. I don't really know how the expiration date works on tests, but
Definitely means something.
yeah, it's just weird that it's expired, you know?
What box?
The box of the blood test, like the box that the blood test comes in, it's
Oh,
expired on the box.
In the body cam footage of them telling Natalie and Steve, you see him opening the box for her blood test.
really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see him opening it up. He's
Huh.
like ripping or cutting the
That's
seal and
wild.
everything.
Yeah, the whole blood work looks so crazy. Just the whole thing. I need to look at that. I didn't realize that, but they sent from, I'm talking about them sending out the tube of blood to the lab. Are you
Yeah,
talking about
that.
the tubes were expired or the
So inside of those tubes is like the stuff, the preservatives and stuff like that in the bottoms of those. So if they're expired when they take it, it's right there. He's
Wait,
got
put it
Here,
on the
it.
big screen because I can't
there's
see.
the date. It's kind of blurry. It's kind of hard.
hold on.
So even
July 13th.
regularly, it's not gonna.
Expired.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So even like them using that right
No
there, that blood
way.
is not inaccurate. I don't want to use that word, but unreliable.
Very unreliable.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
unbelievable.
2013.
That's so
That's like
Yeah.
almost 10
2013.
years later.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff, man. But I'm a liar. Fuck me.
Do you know if they're using that in their, well, hold on. Do we know the documents that have been presented or have been given to the
So yes, they are not presenting the blood now. I don't think they can. I think they can present it if they get granted a new trial. But right now, they can only focus on what has been presented so far and what Now, I wonder why they're bringing because they did bring up the medical the POTS situation, so that's why I think that they're talking about it. Even though he didn't present any evidence, he tried to throw that in there, but he didn't do enough research or get an expert or anything like that to bring it to trial. So I think that's why he's allowed to do the POTS situation. But as far as bringing blood work, I'm under the impression that that would be completely
Oh,
not talked about, so they can't bring it up at all. Does anyone have any input on that?
I feel like they should definitely bring up the fact that that was expired.
No,
Yeah, they should, but
yeah, no, I think that they should, and I think that they could if they get a new trial, but because it was never addressed in the original trial, I don't think they can bring it up.
not
There was just a
through
mess
this.
with all of those tubes. Like,
Mhm.
literally.
Landon, there's comments for you.
I see. I was gonna respond once you guys were finished. So I would say yes, most likely. I know I keep Natalie up to date most of the time on like what big influencers or big people are, Chris Como, stuff like that. I would assume that she relays that information to Kenzie.
Well, wait, I thought Boo Boo Kitty was Natalie down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. But
Just one more of the wild, crazy theories out there.
yeah, but no, I would say they're pretty well aware. Maybe not of like all of everything, like to the fullest of extent of like especially what's on TikTok, But obviously, like the news stuff, they probably are well aware of. But yeah, when it comes to like the nitty gritty things on TikTok, maybe not as much. But I would say that they're very well aware that they have a decent group of people backing them.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And I would say that they also know that even just from the years and years that I've talked about this case amongst everybody that I've ever known and met, I think that we've also, and plus on top of that, the messages we've gotten of this, like how many people like are silently supporting, from behind the scenes, people that are kind of local that just don't want to talk out about it and stuff like that. So I think we have a pretty good backing.
I think so too. And I've noticed, I've been looking, I have a couple of friends who I'm thinking no one that follows me of my friends think about this case at all. That's how I think. But I've been noticing, and if any of you guys are in the chat, I've been noticing that they've been liking some of my posts. And I see them popping in here and there sometimes. And so I feel like, it's having a little bit of an impact. Even if it's just to make you think twice. And that's really our goal.
Reasonable doubt.
Reasonable doubt, yeah. RIP to the victims' families. I think our RIP to the victims.
That's kind of a weird statement.
That's very weird.
Families are alive.
Is that a threat?
Yeah, the families are like,
Yeah.
Don't bring your violence to our chat.
So I've definitely had people that have been opening their minds to things that have been messaging me through some of my videos recently. Today I actually am about to make a response video to a comment I had where somebody said, because in my video I was showing like inside of a Toyota Camry and how a side airbag would make you go a certain way. And the person said, well, no, because all of the airbags deployed at the same time. And I'm like, they're going back and forth with me in a reasonable way where they're open and willing to hear the opposite side of it, and they're opening their minds to it. And I've noticed that I've gotten a lot more influx of those people doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too. It's just some people just can't get their mind around the fact that 2 people died, so that's it. 2 people died, that's it. I can't. 2 people died. 2 people
I'm just here to be funny.
You're here to be funny?
I'm here to be funny.
Yeah, I mean, even at the end
She's
of
here
the
to make
day,
memes.
I truly believe that yes, 2 people did die, but I want to know the true story behind how they died, and I want
And
to
you're
know the
talking about the
situation.
best friend of one right here.
Yeah, like that's all I'm really fighting for is just to figure out what the fuck actually happened, because the fact that they are trying to tell me that they fought, they can't tell me what they fought about. But then you look at all these other cases that could be similar to that, and they always tell you what the fuck they're fighting about. They always have proof of that, evidence of that in like real time. They don't have any of that in this case, and to me, it just doesn't fly. They shouldn't have flied.
Yeah, it was, this whole thing was just very strange. But once you, like, no one's saying to forget about the victims. No one's saying that they don't deserve, like, anything like that. All we're saying is, like, if you're gonna blame someone for their deaths, like, let it be done the right way. Like, if and we've said this from day one, if she gets a new trial and they're able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she did this purposely, like, okay, then that's the answer. She has to go to jail and serve whatever time. But like, for things to be, so many things to be left out and be done incorrectly and to be manipulated and lied, that's wrong. That's like, that is not right. No one deserves to have a trial that way. No one deserves a trial that way. And people typically don't get a trial that way.
No. And I feel like if we're going to go with like rest in peace and the spiritual side of this, how can these 2 actually do that? And I don't understand how the families could rest knowing that their loved one died as opposed to being murdered.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to know that they did not die this violent death on purpose as opposed to it being an accident if they can prove that this was some sort of incident like a medical emergency? Wouldn't you want that?
Yeah, it's a different level of grieving from accident to, like you said, intentional murder.
Yeah. And imagine, like, what if Dom was like, what if she did pass out, had a seizure, and Dom was like consoling her at the same time, and then this whole entire accident happened, and now you're blaming her for his murder? Like, that doesn't seem right to me. Like, I don't know how people are okay with putting someone away when they don't actually know the truth. That's just me.
The same way.
Yeah, I'm
I
very
put rest if that was my family member. if I believed that it was intentional, but there was a possibility that they had another theory of what happened, I know that I would want to know what really happened.
And it doesn't help that the fact that while she got a bad trial, Big Sis Russo is literally just out here creating stories and like just reiterating
Yeah,
lies.
she lies.
Like she's
That's
just,
right.
it doesn't
Lies.
help the cause. Like if she would shut up, we would not be looking at thank you, Christine Russo, for not shutting up, because now we have looked at this case and we can see that there's a lot of inconsistencies. But it's like she's not helping the situation by talking, because
Yeah.
she continues to lie, and that just puts doubt in my brain, and I'm sure it puts doubt in a lot of people's brains.
Well, yeah,
It
I
makes her
think she's the
unreliable
reason
too.
why a lot of her followers have walked away or unfollowed.
I see a comment, and they said, in my opinion, a lot of people just like the witch hunt, and I don't really agree with that, man. I feel like we're noticing lies. We're noticing lies when it comes to the loss of life of two of my friends, two boys, two young men that had lots of life to live ahead of them, and like people are lying, and there's inconsistencies, and there's literal evidence flipped and contradicting evidence and exculpatory evidence, whatever you want to call it, like about this situation. I feel like that really matters. I feel like it's not a witch hunt. I just feel like that matters. It was, for anyone that thinks that like that trial was a done deal, a done case, a sealed deal. No, that's not. That's not how that was, in my opinion. I feel like there's a lot of missing holes, a lot of missing information, a lot of
I just
stretched
feel like
information, flipped information.
it being intentional brings in a lot more money than it being an accident.
Well, I was gonna say, that was gonna be my next thing, is that like, do you get more benefits from saying it was schmurder, or just letting it go as a involuntary manslaughter or something like that?
Yeah.
What do insurance companies pay out? What's their
Well,
limits? What's their policies? What's going on?
it opens them up to wrongful death, like suits
Yeah.
against her family, things like that, to the insurance company. All of that opens up a lot more cash flow.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. And yes, I do. Someone said, like, why wouldn't she want it to be an accident rather than intentional? I have no idea. But I think at this point, they talk so much and she's so deep into this thing. Like, it would be so embarrassing of her to, like, all of a sudden the opposite. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. She's probably so embarrassed to try to backtrack now. Like it'll be such a like she would just look so ridiculous.
Mally did one interview, I think, with Christine.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you. I was just about to say
I
one.
got you.
I think Christine is a double-edged sword, though, I think, with Christine, because it's also opening up people that are seeing the inconsistencies with her and the contradictions, and they're coming over here to see what we've got to say and seeing what people are providing, like actual evidence. So I think it is a double-edged sword, because it's like she should do what she just said earlier on that live stream, and Mackenzie should just shut up and take her 15 years. Well, she should just shut up too.
Yeah, she should be the one to shut up. Like literally, this is all because of her. So I guess maybe
That's another thing too, and like, I don't know, just from as far as we've came, and like, you really think she's in there, just running around blabbing her mouth off to other inmates, like knowing that it hit the UK news, TMZ's talking about it, these people are talking about it, this and that, all these people are talking about it, the whole world's talking about it. You think she's just run around free willy-nilly, just saying whatever the fuck rolls off her tongue, like, and then you just believe it from a bunch of people that, like, where multiple people have gotten caught for trying to clout chase and caught in bullshit, and like there's just so much. look at their situation, the whole situation that them jail people, them jail folks got going. Oh motherfucker! But look at that whole situation them jail folks got going on, bro. Like there's just as many holes, just as many inconsistencies, just as many people eating their fucking words, lying, doing this as there is the damn fucking trial. So that automatically should tell you it's bullshit too. Like what?
I mean, we've seen how many of them come out and like get busted. Do we really believe she's going to continue to tell people things? And
I want to know this. I always see Cheyenne on live, you know, having a ball, doing her little hobbies, doing her little do's, you know. But then I don't think she like works her job, does she?
I don't think.
Not from what I've heard. I mean, I don't know. I want to know how she's getting. No, I fully believe she's getting paid off. Allegedly, I think she's getting paid for sure.
Probably. Joanna says, "What do you guys think about her apparently selling her girlfriend?" I mean, I guess we were just talking about that kind of like. I don't think that she said anything to these jail people because number one, the one blonde cat, whatever her name is, I don't know her name.
That's Cat. Cat's the first one.
He never even met Mackenzie, right? Never met her. They just like was in passing.
They were in the same like unit for 7 days, I think she said. 7 days or 8. Don't knock me.
So how is it that people are literally like if someone you didn't even talk to someone, you never met someone, but they were around you for 7 days at school, and then they came and started talking to the world about you, how would you feel? Like, do you think that they are going to be accurate as to
Talking to the world about how you wore makeup?
Like she would know more than Landon. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
What the fuck? And we'd rather believe these clout chasing prisoners who just want money and fame off of this.
Yeah.
You guys rather believe them than the people that actually know.
You know what's crazy? I know pretty decent well from Mackenzie, so I'm not gonna say it too much on the live right now. I'm gonna save that for a later date too, I think. But that I know a lot about the details of the prison, inside the prison, and from just talking to her and whatnot, and everybody they're putting so much lies out here. It's crazy. Like who girlfriends and stuff. Like nah, them people are saying these girlfriends. That's not that they're lying about that one. So yeah, maybe I'll text somebody after this and let that be where it comes out from. But I don't think I will. I'm gonna save that for a later date because there's a lot of people lying with inside that prison group.
Yeah, I don't trust them. I mean, really, truly, I don't trust any jail.
I mean, that's like the second time I feel like too that I've ever made like it's the second time on this live where it's like okay, I'm gonna save that for a later date, okay? Because I am gonna save it for a later date. Kiss my ass.
And also, you guys, everyone's entitled to their own opinion and changing their mind, but can you like at least change your mind and opinion based off of fucking facts and not hearsay?
Yeah.
Like that shit's hella fucking annoying.
Tell him, Rose.
From clout chasing.
That's it. That's all I gotta say. Because I'm pissed off. That shit's stupid as fuck. We're literally changing our minds over fucking theories and hearsay. Like, not even solid proof. Like,
yeah.
And then they feel relieved because they're not being hated on anymore. That's really the only fucking type of relief that they get. Is that their fucking kids they're not getting phone calls about their fucking kids. They're not getting phone calls about their goddamn jobs and shit, bro. Like that's their reliefment from the situation.
So that's all I'm saying is if you're gonna switch up and switch teams, at least do it for a solid fucking reason.
Yeah.
Not some fucking hearsay from clout chasers who only seen Mackenzie or knew Mackenzie.
And anyone please that's getting like direct threats that are like personal or that like you feel like they know too much, any of the sorts, please do the proper due diligence and like create a fucking police report about it or something so you have physical proof of it, like for anything that comes down the road. Like I'm so sick of like hearing behind the scenes of people getting threatened and it's just like, come on, like Can we please
Well, allegedly, that's
do?
why Cheyenne came forward with everything. She's
Yeah,
not
no, I'm
doing it for
not.
clout.
Do
Because
proper
she
due
She's doing
received
it
diligence.
because she's getting
pizzas.
threatened.
You know, if you're really reformed, if you really went to the prison, you reformed, then you would have gone to the police because somebody's threatening you, bro, because that's illegal. If you're really reformed and you came out proper, you would have done that. That's what I would have done.
And where's the receipts for all this? Where's the receipts for the pizza? Like, you're just
Yeah.
making shit up, dude. You're
Yeah.
just making shit up.
And like, how would Kenzie? Here's my whole thing. How would Kenzie's mom? This is what I heard. How would Kenzie's mom know who Cheyenne is or isn't putting money on books on? Like, I'm confused. Like, isn't that like what's being said? Is that like they asked something like only Natalie would know, and they're like putting money on Kara's books? Like, how would Natalie know who Cheyenne's putting money on books or Jasmine? The only person she would know is Kenzie.
Why
If that,
would
maybe not even Kenzie. I'm not even sure how that all works. I'm not sure how putting money on people's books or sending money, if you can do that within the prison. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, probably Kenzie would be the only one to know.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if there's like a different form of like currency. I mean, like credit in there or something. I don't know. I don't know how that works to the fullest extent.
why would Natalie put her name on a threat to someone that we know is a
How the fuck Natalie even know her address?
right?
I'm confused. How does Natalie even know her address? I'm confused. Like, I don't know her address, and I think I'm more in tune with all this shit that's going on than Natalie is. So like, I don't even know this girl's address. I don't even know if this girl lives in Ohio. Like, all I know is she wears a camel bandana like 75% of her fucking life.
It's the headband.
That headband looks like it smells
How long
weird.
is she in prison? Does anyone know?
I'm done.
Does anyone know how long she's in prison, Cheyenne?
No, I'm not exactly sure.
She's a nobody. Nobody cares.
Try as long as that headband's been on her
No
head.
one's done a deep dive on her. Literally, no one has done a deep dive on her. No one gives a fuck. Like,
Not
go
worth
away.
the time and effort.
Yeah, I know.
No one knows nothing about her other than she.
Other than her camo headband probably smells.
Oh my god.
That's it. I'm just gonna be nice. You know what? I'm just gonna close my mouth. I'm gonna be nice. That's all I got to say about that.
I was gonna say that these prisoners can be very grimy. Wait.
I love that transition.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I was just gonna say that I have
Yes, Rosie is okay beaching.
oh, she keeps asking that. Sorry,
I remember seeing that earlier and I forgot to respond. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Beachin. I get phone calls. So my nephew has been in different prisons, right? And when they go to the box, and probably people are familiar with this, when they go to the box, they can get food or commissary for other people. Sometimes they want to do like a Cash App, which if the feds are watching, I don't do that. But I get phone calls from prisoners because I don't know where they put my phone number because I don't change my number. I haven't changed my number in forever. They must have wrote my number down in some kind of wall or whatever. I get phone calls from other prisoners who are not in the same prison as my nephew, and they say, "Oh, your nephew, is this Kalina, Auntie Kalina? Oh, I have a password for you. Your nephew's in the box. Can you send him some Cash App?" And I have to ask them, like, so what prison are you in? And it's not the same prison. Like, they're very, very grimy. The ones that have been in there for quite some time, they get over on people. So I would not believe not one word that comes out of any prisoner's mouth ever.
I completely agree.
Why are we trusting them and giving them more like trust than we are Rosie and Landon? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
You feel like I feel bad because like you want to believe that like my nephew potentially could be in the box or whatever, and I have fallen for that sometimes. I feel like, an old lady sending money to some person in Nigeria. But what can what can you do? But I just wouldn't trust them.
I like that comment.
What happened? What's so funny now?
Buy some camel bandanas.
Buy them camel bandanas.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I bet that bandana came home from prison with her.
Does she have a camel bandana?
That's all she wears.
I swear to God, dude, you wear camel bandana with the red T-shirt. Like, come on.
I don't really watch her stuff. Like, I don't watch anything about the prisoners. I never watch any of their lives. I never watch. I don't pay attention to anything that they say because I don't.
Did she say Auntie Kalina?
Oh yeah, they say Auntie Kalina.
I love that.
And then they have a password.
You need to set up a password with him.
Please don't answer those calls anymore.
You have to
Concerned.
password. Because I just recently I didn't send it in Cash App. I recently sent some money and I don't know. I can't say that he got the money. I don't know. I don't know. So
Don't say this live. You're gonna have 100 people scamming you in the next week.
I'll give you 2 lessons. Number 1, never answer an unsaved number. Number 2, never send money to nobody.
Especially prisoners.
That's what I go by.
yeah. One time my sister sent money and she sent it accidentally to the wrong person and she tried to request it back. I'm like, they're not gonna send you that money back. Like, don't even bother.
Hey, but if someone accidentally sent you $100, would you send it back?
I have.
If I was in prison, probably not.
Yeah,
not in prison.
Prison? Hell no.
No, I'm requesting more if I'm in prison.
That bitch.
We need them hot Cheetos and top ramen.
I know.
Oh yeah, because you're hungry in jail.
Yeah, you get and you need to trade items.
Yeah, for some reason, I'm not saying I've been to prison,
Melly,
but I
how
have
do you
spent
know
my days
this?
in the jail cell.
The
I've had my trips.
The best way to send money without getting scammed is just going through the actual commissary website. I don't know what it is for Ohio. I guess Landon can say that, but you want to go through commissary website and then let them do it that way.
I'm gonna have to figure out what that is because I don't exactly know what it is off the top of my head either.
Yeah, that's the most secure way to get it. Though.
I think I know the food one, the sender meals.
Well, there's a couple different ones for Ohio.
I know about commissary. I don't know about.
Yeah, there's a commissary one, and then there's I think one where she has to accept you or something, and then you can send.
And you can send
deposit.
packages. You can send money through.
I care is the food one.
Yeah.
At least from what I remember.
Rejuvenated, a pack of refried beans.
Yeah, and they be loving. Listen,
they can look.
Do you guys have my back if I end up in jail?
Yes, Rose, we'll send you packages filled with food.
Gifts TikTok gifts. That's all I can afford right now. These TikTok gifts because I'm tapped out.
They make some bomb food in jail though. I don't know where they came up with some of this stuff. Taking the bag of Doritos and they put the noodles and water and all the stuff in it and they roll it. Oh my God, it's so good.
They make everything. Pizzas, cake. They even make Laffy Taffy.
Shebang.
Oh, they make toilet. They make toilet wine.
They make shanks. It's crazy. They can make a whole range of shit. What?
They make Pruno. It's called Pruno.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh gosh. So I don't know.
Hooch is another name for it.
Yeah.
I know that they make beer like alcohol. Is that hooch?
Yeah. It's Pruno, Hooch. There's a couple different names for it.
I feel like I fell into the side of TikTok and I'm taking notes.
Prison talk's no joke, man.
My buddy at work, he was in the joint for 7 years, and he said that they had this guy that had a an amputated leg or something of that sort, and they used to call him like wooden leg or something. And he used to
Woody.
be able to pack. He used to be able to sneak and pack drugs in that leg because of how skinny it was. And like,
Stop.
swear to God,
Oh
it's like
my
he was like
god.
known for that shit. Like that was like his
What?
nickname. And they
They
Con-
hide
also, I
drugs.
guess they would like,
contraband in the
Mm.
wooden leg?
and then I guess yeah, and then I guess also they used to throw like they used to just take like hella rolls of duct tape and like tape phones inside and like different things inside
Yeah.
and just roll it up and just throw it over and then like the guards just don't care and they just like take it and run with it
They
and like
started
go and instantly
using
hide it.
drones. They use
Yeah,
drones too
yeah.
nowadays to carry them and drop them over the fence. There are some guys who bring those phones, the smaller phones, in their prison wallets. Go to Prison Talk, you'll hear all
Like
about
some
it.
of those
Tracy.
correctional officers, they're twisted themselves, and they do bring in stuff and like trade with the prisoners and all that stuff. It's wild.
Yes.
It's so wild.
Yep, because they get paid big money to do that. Like it can cost $2,000 for a cheap little $20 flip phone from the dollar store. They'll pay them $2,000 to bring a phone like that in.
Yeah. The first time I got a phone call, not from a cell phone, from my nephew, and I'm like, what number is this? Where are you calling from? Like, it's just the wildest thing. I just, it's just
Did you
wild.
hear this call is from a so-and-so prison?
No.
Nope, she got a special call.
No, they
If
gotta,
you don't hear that this is a recorded call, then you know it's a phone or something.
yeah.
All
It was,
right,
Oh,
uh-oh.
all right. I'm about to put in the chat the Cash App and the PayPal to Kenzie's team for anyone that doesn't want to, like, if they want to send money and not get scammed. So
Yes.
someone take a
ooh.
screenshot of this and post it somewhere or do whatever you
Everyone take a
guys
I'll
need to
share
screenshot.
do.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the Cash App and the
Thanks, Landon,
PayPal.
for doing that.
Yes, I never knew they had one, or I'd have been posting it on all my videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take my own picture here.
That's awesome. How are you? Are you about ready to start up the website to start collecting money for the attorneys that she's going to probably need?
I know. So I don't know if Lulu's still in here, but we've decided on 3 different designs. We're gonna order them. I think she's ordering them. I think she already ordered them today. So that way we can get it and like you guys can see what they look like, and then we're gonna decide which one we're gonna move forward with. And
Are they going to say Kaleenaxo and you're going
no,
to sell them?
no, I'm like, no. Who would do that?
I don't know. You would
I
put
know
out their own
somebody.
channel on the t-shirts for something else.
No, it's gonna be her mugshot.
I love it.
So
I'm
and
going to
then
make her mugshot my photo on like live streams about her.
I know. I'm very excited about that. So yeah, I'm buying 10. Yeah, and we
I'm
need to
buying one.
get them out and like spread the word because people need to look at the evidence. All we're asking is for people to look at the evidence.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear
Yeah.
mine in every video I make about her.
It's gonna be nice, and I'm waiting for my niece to respond to me about the friendship bracelets. I need her to give me an amount of like how much it's gonna cost, but we'll see. But yeah, so
We should do like a live auction type of thing one day. Like do after you get the website up and stuff, and I can donate. Like I have all of this crochet stuff that I make. I would be more than happy to donate some of it to like auction off to get some money flowing in and stuff. Do something fun like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I know. We did kind of think about that before, and that would be nice. But maybe like in the future or whatever. I think we just need to focus on like one thing at a time and get this done like right, and then go to the next one. But yeah, I do think that that's still a good idea, and I still have a whole bunch of BP jewelry that I can donate to that I still wanted to do. So that would be
I'm
really
sure
nice.
there's a bunch of people that like follow who are creative people that make stuff that they could maybe donate some stuff like something down the road. That would definitely have to be planned out and like really thought out well. But I think that would be a really cute idea where creative people come together to donate their items to help free Mackenzie.
Yeah, yeah. Someone asked what evidence. Wait, hold on a second. I don't know what happened to that comment, but someone asked what.
Which evidence? I'm open-minded. This isn't meant to be questioning in a rude way.
Huh.
So we're probably gonna be getting off live soon because it's past midnight. It's almost 1 o'clock where I am. I don't know if anyone else is gonna be going live after me. If they do, then they can go over. But I would definitely follow. You can follow my page if you're not following already. I have posted some videos like about some of the evidence that is incorrect, but basically everything in the Netflix documentary is wrong. Basically, the only thing that they got right is yes, she was driving the car. We get it. She was driving. And then
And that Landon's friends with them.
yeah, and Landon's friends with them, or not friends.
And I went to Dom's funeral. I was there.
Yeah.
Lots of love.
But I do have some videos, and also Rose Gold has videos that goes into detail about literally screenshots of like case transcripts and all that stuff. Yeah. I wish it was 9:45 here because then I'd have more time to sleep, but I don't. I work tomorrow.
Mama on a mission. Melly also did a really good live last night talking about like debunking some of the claims that were made in the crash.
And that's posted on her video, right? You keep your lives posted on your YouTube, right?
Yeah, they're all there. Everything.
So we did a really good like talk I don't know when it was, the other day. Not last night. I don't know.
Last night.
Okay, I don't know. My mind is and she has it on her YouTube channel. I don't know if she has it linked.
It's in my bio, yeah.
Okay, so she has it in her bio. So follow Melly and then go to her YouTube channel and follow her there. And then you can go over, watch the interview we did with Landon. It was really nice. But yeah, we just encourage people to keep an open mind. We're not saying to forget about the victims. Just remember that there's two sides to a story. You can be very, very sad that people have passed away. And there's still like another person in here who is basically left in the ether because like they've gotten so much stuff wrong with her trial. So,
and I think actually by doing what we've all been doing is in honor of not just Mackenzie and helping her get a fair trial, but in honor of the victims to have a fair, like their death is not in vain. And you know.
Yeah. Like, why do you want to go on thinking, oh, he died because she couldn't be with him? She was with him.
And I can't imagine he's resting in peace seeing this. Yeah. If you're a spiritual person like me.
Yeah. Anything from Landon or Melly or Rose?
I said what I needed to say. I think I said it with my whole chest. You already know the rules about switching up, all right?
Landon's always with the facts, so.
Yeah, I think I've said what I've wanted to say. I think I've kind of gone over a lot of the things that I've been told and seen earlier on in the live, and so hopefully certain individuals were watching that could spread some light on some of their questions and thoughts. Mm-hmm. But other than that though, just push for a fair trial, pray for this habeas corpus, man, like do everything, pray. I hope we get some push in the legal battle. I hope we get some push.
Yeah. And remember, if you have to assume what happened. Oh, I will do it in a second. Yeah, if you have to, if you're looking at the investigation, like if you're looking at the files, if you're looking at like the trial transcripts and everything, if you get to a point where you don't know the answer because it's not written there, and you have to think about what could have happened in that situation, remember that that part that you're thinking about is speculation, and you just don't know. Like if there's not an answer that you can reasonably come to, then that part is unknown, and like you can't. I hope I'm making sense. You can't base base the trial off of something that you don't.
Can't prove.
Yeah. Also, another thing I'd like to say too is like anyone that was late, anyone that's been watching all the time, if anyone has any more questions or they want to know anything or want more context, want more explanation, want me to re-go over things, just let me know, DM me. I usually respond to a lot of my DMs. Sometimes they get lost, but not usually as much anymore just because it's all the DM stuff slowed down a lot. So I should see it now.
Yeah, my DMs are usually open, but I don't know. I a lot of them I don't see. So
Everyone's waiting for my comments to be open by me. You can just DM me what you have to say. Because if you're just waiting for the comments to be open, then you're going to say some disrespectful shit. There's no Dave and Dom going to be up there waiting for your ass when we all get up there.
I have one request.
okay.
My request is that Rose take out the ending of the live stream with the gingerbread man.
I could do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on.
Yes, he's back.
Oh. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh my god. I love that. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pinching his cheeks. Not the gumdrop buttons. It's so cute. The angry face is the best.
I wonder what she looks like on the other side, like literally doing that. Do the face. Do that face. And do the face that makes him angry, and then take off the filter.
Yeah, no.
Like,
It won't be as cute, I promise.
oh, okay, fine. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off because I am so sleepy.
I'm in the same boat with you.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here, but
Well, good night,
Sucks for
everyone.
you guys.
It's been
It's early
fun.
here. Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
good night, guys.
Bye.